All things are well until they aren't. For the last month was filled with fortune. Coin poured into House Redmane's coffers, and an alliance was struck with House Will, an old friend of Gareth Ironbranch. When Gareth returned to Redwater, with him came 200 men at arms, 100 trained infantry, and 100 scouts, who down to the last knew the Red Mountains well. Hedlin's younger brother, Aelin, commanded the troops. He was 9 and 20, and from the rumors had aspired to be like his father, Sir Sayan, whom we barely knew. House Uller had left men too, but not quite as large as what House Will had provided. They had left 100 archers, while the rest of Lord Alwick's men returned to Hellholt with her lord. Meanwhile, House Uller was given information of stolen goods on House Redhawk's side of the river, as well as Lord Alwick's intentions of inspection of House Redmane's troops. Herwin, Lady Melina's father, had also agreed to give portion of his proceeds for the next 3 months as alms to the poor. While the discussions continued concerning Perwin's trade with the Namarine holdings. But today was a different sort of day. Was it victory? It was difficult to say, but Lord Oliver Redhawk, Lady Miriam's twin brother, had crossed the bridge from Redwater's southern banks to the island under Redmane's control. He and a man of the faith, militant Sir Adam Waxley, had been escorted to the keep under guard. Perhaps Lord Oliver would have been turned away if it were not for Sir Adam, but with Lord Oliver came Sir Adam. Lord Oliver had given up his sword as he wished an audience with his estranged sister. The last time Miriam had seen her brother was from the windows of her husband's solar. He stood outside the gates of Redwater Keep, supping with his men on pig and cake, while the pain of childbirth racked her body. It was great fortune they found the wise woman Sasha, otherwise she and her daughter Elisane might have died. It was a difficult delivery. Lord Oliver had refused any coming or going from Redwater Keep, even for a healer to aid in the delivery of his niece. All the while, Lord Oliver had claimed it was the order of House Ironwood. So you sit waiting for the arrival of the Faith Militant and Lord Oliver Redhawk. Feel free to roleplay amongst yourselves.
Sir Aaron sits on his seat brooding and offended and angered that of all people, the former Lord Oliver would be coming to his keep after what he had done in the past and almost cost him the life of his wife and youngest daughter.
And even possibly a bastard daughter. Remember, I had a life threat on me.
Mm-hmm. And he sits in his knee tapping up and down in a combination of anger and impatience and takes a breath and goes, "Now, no matter what this son of a bitch says, there will be no bloodshed or no first blows by us on this day. We are seeking the aid of the Faith Militant and here for Sir Adam Waxley and his daughter. Expect you all treat them with respect as much as it pains myself, my wife, and many of you to do."
Aye, Lord Aaron. If there's a chance we'd be saving the girl, we can. I'd be glad to take it. No one deserves justice more.
Alex and Diana both give a bow to Aaron. Aye, Lord. Miriam, meanwhile, is sitting sort of stone still, except for maybe a slight twitch in her right eye.
Got that Lena Headey twitch.
Yeah, Thomas kind of looks to Marcus and he's like, "Yeah, it's probably best that we don't do what we were thinking. So just, stay cool."
Gareth kind of knows the enmity between the two houses, but catches himself watching more the interaction between Amber and Franklin than waiting for the arrival of their guests, while John the butcher just sits there grumbling and complaining about
Dry tugs.
plagues and how unhealthy everything is.
All right, after a few moments contemplation, your stalwart guard of the hall, Clen, walks through the doors and bows. Sir Aaron, they're here. Shall I see them in?
See them in, Clem. Thank you.
And he peeks back outside and kind of motions them forward. And both of them walk in. Sir Adam Waxley is a older man and with stark white hair and a pale complexion. He is wearing a cape with the colors of the Faith Militant, bright rainbow colors, right? Next to him is a man that looks similar to Lady Miriam. He has a thick beard with gray that has basically, since the last time you've seen him, that gray wasn't there. His hair is shoulder length, pulled back. He is also wearing the cape of the Faith Militant. And Sir Adam speaks up and he says, Sir Aaron. He kind of bows his head and he's like, I am Sir Adam Waxley of the Faith Militant, and I have brought with me my brother, Sir Oliver Redhawk. I do believe you are acquainted.
Sir Aaron's nose kind of twitches in annoyance, but yes, welcome, Sir Adam. Yes, I am familiar with my good brother, Sir Oliver. Please come forward.
So they walk forward across the hall with Lord Oliver not saying anything at this point. And they stand before you. And Sir Adam says, I have come at behest of my brother, Sir Oliver. I will let him address you now. Steps to the side, and Oliver essentially looks directly at Miriam and ignores Aaron and says, Sister, it has been too many years. I wish to come and beg of you for forgiveness.
Miriam sort of looks down her nose at Oliver. It's quiet for a moment. And brother, why would you presume to think I would forgive you now?
And Oliver says, I presume nothing, but the gods have asked it of me to mend a relationship that we have had over our entire lives. We are twins after all. We should be close, not separate. Even still, from the sides of battle that we were drawn, it is unfortunate the way it all turned out.
Sir Aaron kind of butts in and goes, are you looking for forgiveness or are you looking to earn forgiveness? Knowing that he was not truly addressing him.
Kind of looks sidelong at Sir Aaron, and he says, I need no forgiveness from you, sir.
I think Ulrich's actually gonna, because do I still have the letter, or Aaron, do you still have it in possession?
Which letter are you referring to?
The one about Adam Waxley's daughter.
Well, I would have it, or we would have it, but we were we're not to that point yet, I would say.
Okay. Well, I mean, Ulrich was going to interject and like produce it and give it to you. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, you're more than welcome to hand it to me. Yeah, we'll say you had it.
Well, Ulrich does so as like there's a natural pause in the scene, and maybe it's Ulrich stepping forward that draws people's attention. Not militarily, of course. He's not like got a shield up or anything, but it's just on his arm, and he reaches down to his waist and pulls out a scroll of parchment and hands it to Lord Aaron, and takes a step back after saying, "Lord Aaron, mind your tongue. I know it must be tough, but there is a purpose now."
Thank you, Squire. And then he kind of looks to Miriam to see her thoughts or what she's going to say to her younger brother.
Miriam is literally seething. She very much wants to jump up out of her seat and pace around, but decorum won't allow it. She's sort of almost vibrating, and not in a good way. Pervs.
How did you know?
Oliver looks back to his sister and he says, "My lady, it is only fate of the order of our birth. I was born eldest by only minutes. If it had been you who had been born elder, I would have served you faithfully. But that is not the way of things. I had wished we could put this all behind us."
Brother, and she says it with some venom. Your actions almost cost my daughter's life. Your actions have damaged my house, my family. As to the order of our birth, well, I don't know that you were born first.
And he looks at Adam and catch him kind of rolling his eyes slightly and turns back to you and says, "My lady, whatever truths you must tell yourself, I will allow it. But as far as the state of the siege on Redwater Keep, I was commanded by my liege lord, Anders Ironwood, to do so. I follow my liege lord."
Interesting. I thought your liege lord was Queen Ariane. But, letting the jab go unanswered, let us not dwell in the past, as it is something we cannot change, and instead focusing on what we can change, the future. If you truly wish to show any sort of remorse or recompense to Lady Miriam, that's a discussion to have for another time. But I believe Sir Adam would like to know why we invited him to Redwater Keep.
Sir Adam looks to Sir Aaron and says, "I assumed it was because I had met with the Red Hawks. You wish turnabout fair play with the Faith Militant. I am not here begging for alms, however."
No, it is not alms, though we would give you some if some were requested, as we believe in the care of our people and the rule of law. Kind of put some emphasis on the word law. What I'm here for, and he kind of holds up the document, is something that you might be interested in, and it concerns your daughter. And he kind of hands the...
I'll take it back from you and
hands it to Ulrich to hand it to Sir Adam. I presume the Faith Militant teaches its men to read, its knights to read.
Sir Adam raises his eyes and he's like, "Sir, I was a knight of House Waxley before I was a man of the Faith Militant. I can read."
Very well. It is something that I think you would find most interesting and worrisome at the same time.
Ulrich walks down the stairs and hands the parchment to Sir Waxley, and says, "You'll have to forgive me. It's a little damaged. It was weathered in the mountains. I managed to find it amongst some refuge."
Sir Adam kind of reaches out and takes the note and turns it and begins to read. Strange look comes over his face with a frown, clearly, and he's like, "How is this possible?" He looks at you and he's like, "This is some sort of ruse?"
Ulrich just looks generally shocked at this. He's like, "No, Sir Waxley, I wouldn't lie to you. I'm not the kind to lie to you."
Sir Adam, when was the last time you saw your daughter?
Frowns. He's like, "It was several months ago. She was traveling along the Dornish marches."
Then I fear that this is true. Kind of Gareth pipes up for a moment from behind him. He goes, "We've uncovered several clues, Sir Adam, that the mountain that rides lives and is in the mountains, and worst of all, has your daughter. We confirmed these suspicions on a recent visit to Will and encountering a traveler along the road who had been at one point searching for the mountain. All of things together, Sir Aaron is determined that it is indeed true and not a farce, and that is why he's invited you here today."
Sir Adam looks kind of over at Oliver and then back to Aaron. Kind of frowns and he's like, "I have heard those rumors of the mountain before by Night's Watchmen. In fact, the apostate scum."
Yeah.
He kind of
Ulrich walks up the stairs at that, he's handing the letter to Sir Adam, but he turns around to walk up the stairs a little bit, and as he turns around, his eyebrow kind of just raises, and he looks off to this corner. Obviously, his back's turned, going up the stairs this way, and he just does not look pleased at that. But he turns back around and stone faces again.
Aaron pipes up quickly. Apostates they may be, but if they were hunting the mountain and you had heard the rumors, and we have not only heard the rumors but uncovered evidence of their existence, their approximate numbers and direction of travel, then I do believe this letter to be true.
And Sir Adam nods and he's like, "It seems so."
Not only that, Sir Waxley, if I may interject, we have a man that can attest to this as proof.
Indeed we do.
What man is that?
Can we just wave on what's his face?
It's not Axe, it's the other one.
Yeah, whatever his fucking name is, I don't remember.
We have a captive in the cells who we captured on one of their raids. His name was Elwick. He took us to their campsite where we uncovered of his existence. You cannot fake being the mountain. You cannot pretend to be 8 feet tall. This man can attest that the mountain does live and leads these brigands within the Red Mountains.
Not to mention Sir Waxley, if it is not rude for me to interject again. But we did find an encampment of theirs, as stated for your note, the note that you now hold.
He's kind of doesn't really say anything. Eventually, Elwick's brought in and tells Adam what he knows via prompting from Aaron. And afterwards, Adam turns back to you and he says, "I appreciate this information. And he kind of frowns. He's like, There's not much I can do, however, I have business north. He's like, if the gods wish her to live, I suppose she will live.
And Sir Aaron's kind of surprised at that, and Gareth steps up and goes, "The reason you're here today, Lord, is we wish to invite you in stopping the mountain and retrieving and rescuing your daughter. We know you're here with a contingent of the Faith Militant, and we thought it would be wise and courteous to invite you on this quest. In the north, but surely it can be slightly delayed for the safety of your daughter."
The safety of Dawn, Gareth.
True. Aye. The safety of the realms. It was not just Dorne that the mountain plagued.
And Sir Adam nods and he's like, I have not authority. I have not the authority to grant you a boon of all the men here, but perhaps I could spare some for the 7 against that monstrosity. And he kind of looks away. As he does, Oliver puts his hand on his shoulder and he's like, brother, do me the honor to lead the Faith Militant in this quest against the mountain.
Aaron's eyes roll out of his head.
Yeah, no, hold on. Ulrich says, to back this up, Sir Adam Waxley, I've heard many a tale of you.
And
I aspire to be some.
Yeah, go ahead.
I aspire to be something akin to what you are, and my brothers used to speak of you fondly. It would be nice. It would be an honor to have, to make sure that your daughter returns back safely to you and to those that you entrust her care to.
And he looks at Ulrich and says, that's so. I am not a man of great deeds. I am a simple warrior in the service of the faith. He looks at you and he says, Lord Oliver has been my friend for many months now, and if he wishes to lead our troops into battle, I see no reason why I should not grant him that privilege.
Aaron, kind of, Sir Adam, I do not like dwelling in the past, but you do not know what has transpired between us. Lord Oliver comes offering what seems like genuine but platitudes, but falls on deaf ears. I know the 7 believes in forgiveness, and perhaps in time we would. But
Adam cuts you off and he says, did you not ask him to prove himself in deeds, sir? Is this not a deed that he can prove his forgiveness to you?
That is true. And if he is willing to take orders from me, I see no understanding that he is not in command and that I am, then I will take the first step and allow him to lead the Faith Militant contingent against the mountain in the attempt to save your daughter.
What does Miriam think about this? Get her take.
Well, she did almost grin at Oliver being on the mission. And as far as the conversation now going on, she will stay out of it. She will let Aaron handle the military affairs. She honestly feels that anything else she says will be counterproductive.
Oliver interjects and says, "Sir Aaron, while I appreciate your olive branch, my main goal here is to make things right with my sister, and I shall only take up this endeavor if she permits it."
Aaron kind of leans over to Miriam and whispers to her, he goes, if he'll swear an oath to me, the faith militant will be a valuable asset. But it's your decision. He's the one that caused you the greatest harm. Brother or nay, the decision is yours.
Well, Miriam looks at Aaron, and her expression softens a bit. She won't deny Aaron the military advantage that even some of the faith militant will bring. So she looks at Oliver, sort of sighs. Yes, brother, if you would join this endeavor, we would have you.
Sir Adam says, "Then it is decided."
Very well. In front of the faith and the seven and your friend Sir Adam, swear an oath to me now that you will lead the faith militant against the mountain and serve under me in this military endeavor.
Oliver bows his head and says, "Sir Aaron, I shall follow your commands on the battlefield and in this endeavor to destroy the mountain and reclaim Sir Adam's lost daughter, if the gods will it."
Would there be any point doing an awareness test to see if this is like genuine his talk or if he's just full of dog shit?
Awareness, empathy.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah,
intrigue, but awareness, empathy is.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm just curious if this is like legit, like, hey, I'm repenting, I'm serious, or if he's just like, just tell the asshole what he wants to hear.
Yep. Go ahead and roll, Sir Aaron. Yeah. Let me see.
That plus 4, I think. Yeah, it's a fighting ring. 21 for me.
Yeah. It seems like he's being truthful.
Okay.
Ulrich actually kind of smiles at that. Now, Ted, I wasn't speaking out of my ass. Was he like Adam Waxley actually like a notable warrior? I mean, like I don't need to know his fighting rank.
I mean, he's notable as one of the first commanders to one of the first people to come up with a faith militant in this, like 20 years ago when they were reformed. So he's known as far as that.
I mean, you don't make it to knighthood, old knighthood, without being somewhat good. So
yeah, that's fine.
You would have ended up dying.
Yeah. Yep.
Says Ulrich just kind of smiles and he says, "Again, I'm sorry, my lords, to speak out of turn, but I look up to living legends such as you all, and it's good to see that despite the circumstances of the situations that you've all been placed under, that there is common ground. The mountains are stain upon us all."
And Sir Adam nods and he's like, "Aye." He's like, "Boy, have you been anointed in the holy oils? I would take you and bring you into the faith if you so desired."
And Ulrich just kind of looks down and just shakes his head. "No, sir. I've never been afforded such a thing, but a third-born son is a third-born son." And he looks up at Lord Aaron. "Besides, I've sworn my vows to Lord Aaron for now, my good uncle."
And Adam kind of walks forward and puts a hand on your shoulder and he's like, third sons or first sons, it makes no difference when you fight for the seven. He's like, I respect your oath to your knight, but know that you always have a place in the faith militant if you so choose it.
Underneath the skin is just like, get off me.
Does Aaron know about Ulrich's?
No, you know he's religious, but he's never probably spoken about it.
Okay. Aaron just goes, wise words, Sir Adam.
Yeah, I mean, Ulrich just literally does his best to keep his nose down, because yeah, I have pious, so.
Adam takes a step back and says, that being said, Sir Aaron, we are at the mercy of the lords of the kingdoms. We fund our fight against the apostates with donations, and this will cost the faith militant dearly in manpower and gold. So I would ask you perhaps to donate to the seven so that we may continue to fight the monsters of the Night's Watch and those such as the Mountain as well.
And
Out of character, sorry.
Mhm.
I
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't see this as a problem, really. I mean, what's one wealth, right?
I'm gonna ask how much and what he's offering in return out of I mean, yeah, that's gonna
Well, I
be
mean-
Aaron's question, of course.
I mean, what he's offering in return, you just kind of got, right? I mean, and they also, I mean, it's just like, well, do you want the blessing of the seven, or... Adam does say this, he says, although Lord Oliver wished to donate to the faith, I'm afraid to say his son, now Lord Henry Redhawk, dissuaded him from doing so. I wish to know who is more... Well, it is not who is more, I suppose. It is more as though I believe you to be a man of honor, Sir Aaron, and a man of the faith, where Lord Henry was certainly not.
Amber stops giving the dry tug to Franklin. Is like, give for both.
I believe I wouldn't call it alms because, as you said, you weren't here looking for that earlier. But a donation to the seven could be in order. What do you think would be a fair trade?
In
Soldiers for the continuing efforts of the faith militant.
Sir Adam nods and he says, to field the army that I will send with you, which is meager, to say the least, as I do not have many men at my disposal here, and we are marching north to right some wrongs of the past. And he says, I believe it would cost perhaps 200 gold to field these men for, well, a few months and repopulate their numbers and equipment from the damage they might sustain.
Real quick, out of comment, both what?
The other house didn't pay jack shit.
Right, he's saying pony up for their donation as well.
On it, Adam just asked for 200. Be like, his full 100. In the words
Gotcha.
of my boy Mayweather.
Now,
400.
Titian, I never want to give out money.
It's just wealth. It's only wealth. It's whatever.
Someone doesn't want their tournament. Aaron looks at him and goes, yes, and I think that is something that could be arranged. But tell me, Sir Adam, what men do you have with you, or that you'll be having Sir Oliver lead? That's my in-combat way of saying, what warfare unit are you giving me?
Yeah, he's gonna give you infantry and the Crusaders, or probably actually, yeah, 2 Crusaders. He'll give you.
They're
Two
the same thing.
Crusaders. Oh, no shields for them. Wah wah. Crusaders don't have shields.
That just makes them a worse infantry unit.
Yes, it does.
They have the shield of their faith.
That's right.
There you go. I think that is reasonable request by you, Sir Adam. I believe 200 gold dragons can be arranged. I also, if they are able, invite them to convalesce here after the mission is complete, so we may tend to the wounded and see that they may return to your service in due time. And I hope that the Faith Militant remembers our generosity, as we will remember their kindness in ridding this world of what can only be described as a demon.
And Sir Adam nods.
Miriam places her hand on Aaron's arm. Says, "All right, but we do insist that they convalesce here." She looks pointedly at Oliver. "We have a good healer."
Yes, of course. Wise words from my lady. If anyone knows the value of healers and maesters, it is her and my daughter.
And Sir Adam is oblivious to this, obviously, but Oliver is kind of looking deadpan straight at her. Adam says, "Aye, that would be just fine. We might recruit from your people. I'm sure there will be deaths, unfortunately, and we will need to refill our ranks. So if it would be satisfactory to you, we would also recruit among your populace to join the faith against the apostates and the heathens of the Crownlands and beyond."
When the battle is over, we will see what sons and daughters have become orphans and go from there.
He nods and he says, "Of course, sir." And Lord Oliver, stands up straight and he says, "I will have the men brought over the bridge." He's like, "Do not worry, I know the way."
Yes, just to the halfway to the bridge, not across it. Meaning just to the keep, of course. Unless my history's wrong and he actually...
No, he didn't.
I didn't think so. Yes, bring them and we will bring them and lodge them with the other assembled men. Lord Oliver, of course, or excuse me, Sir Oliver, not Lord. Kind of laughs at his mistake. And you will be invited to stay within the keep's walls. Aaron kind of stops himself from vomiting and continues and goes, "By all means, Sir Adam, if able, I invite you to stay the night as well before you travel north to..." Where were you going again? I forget if you had mentioned that to me.
Sir Adam says, "No, I did not." He's like, "I'm sorry, I cannot say. We have business righting wrongs, as I had said, against the evil of the Red God and his witches."
Yeah, I think Ulrich just kind of, when that's said, he's actually gonna just turn around and start walking towards Lord Aaron and just return to his spot, out of place as it may be.
Not at all. Not for my young squire. Kind of Aaron notes Ulrich's discomfort and seething anger.
When he turns around, it He's definitely giving like the I'm about to fuck this old man's face. Look,
Very well. Does anyone else want to mention anything before we're done here?
Once Oliver and Adam are gone, Melina approaches Miriam and Aaron, and she just kind of bows, and she's like, "My lord, my lady, on behalf of the Blackwaters, I would be happy to assist in what meager way we can in your donation, as they call it, towards the Faith Militant. It would not be much, but it would be something at least to offset the cost."
While that is appreciated, young Mylena, I do not believe it is necessary at this time. Save your coin for now. Though I may call upon it on another time, your generosity on another time.
She just bows her head and returns back to her seat next to Thomas.
Okay, so Sir Oliver and Sir Adam depart. Sir Oliver mentions that. Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, I thought Oliver was lodging with us. Never mind.
Yeah,
Well, while they're gone getting
yeah.
their shit, anybody
Yeah.
who wants to say something
Oh,
in combat aloud, because
Yep.
as soon as they leave, Aaron's going to be like punching the wall and be like, God fucking by the
Yeah.
7. Thank the 7 I did not fucking impale him on my spear, that arrogant prick, and just kind of goes off on a tirade, letting out all the pent-up frustration before calming down and looking at his wife and shaking his head in kind of a combination of disgust and relief that Sir Adam agreed to help.
Miriam just gets up, calmly walks over to a table full of servingware, picks something up and just smashes it. Then comes and sits back down.
John, the butcher, pipes up. Well, don't cut yourself on that. You'll get an infection and then you'll lose the whole hand. Punching a wall leads to broken bones. You won't be able to hold your spear right.
All right, is there anything else to discuss here?
Oh, just what I put in chat. I didn't want to bring up the whole session with it.
Oh yeah, I have something for that too. Switching scenes quickly. This will be a quick one.
Excuse me. God damn it. Yeah, if no one else has anything really in combat to say, Aaron will kind of look to Thomas and say, Thomas, Gareth, please show our new allies to the staging area, or where the other men are camping. See to it they're well taken care of. And was Cassios in here? Yes, he was.
Mm-hmm. Everybody was there.
Let's do our I was just gonna say, let's, without being rude or obvious, let's do our best to keep tabs on Sir Oliver. Not that I think he'll be skulking around, but this is the same person that.
Oh, God damn it.
Now, you're not technically in the bedroom. You're just somewhere.
Oh, I was on the music tab, and it literally says bedrooms.
There's 2 pillows in that far off bed. And a headboard.
All right. Are you guys done with that scene? Anything else?
Yeah, I don't think anybody else has anything to add. I think we got what we were looking for at the cost of 1 frickin' wealth. That's a pretty good trade.
Yeah.
We'd probably got more if we did 2, but you're stingy in your Walter Peck.
That's right.
Fucking politicians.
He's not gonna magically crap out another 100 Crusaders that don't already have grayscale.
I mean, to be fair, Melina did offer to pay for some of it.
He did. We'll save that later when we're upgrading armor for our units that survived. Or
You're
on the
implying.
way. Or on the way there. We are going to get them freshly new armor on the way there.
All right.
Or it'll buy us all a lovely pyre.
Yeah.
There you go.
Your Karen is gonna have ornate rock.
Polished stone.
So later on in the day, Amber is walking down a hallway in the keep, and Franklin approaches from behind and says, my lady, hold your gate for a moment, will you please? I want to talk to you."
She like in a kind of like, playful manner says, "Am I not but small? You should very easily keep your gait with mine."
And he smiles and he's like, of course. But you do
She
walk
stops,
rather
though. She
quickly.
stops. Well, I
And-
have books to read and places to be.
And he asks, what books would you be reading, my lady?
Oh, just something that Weiler writes in.
And he's like, Weiler, who is Weiler?
My great grand uncle, I believe.
Like, a venerable sort then.
Unfortunately, he's not all that much talkative. He was really the only companion I had growing up. And, well, he's quite protective over me. And she kind of smiles. It's like, but yes, you were saying? Sorry, I didn't mean to.
He's like, my lady, I just wish to know you better. If we are to be betrothed, I feel that we should at least have a familiarity with each other, do you not?
Well, yes, that would be very grand. I never even guessed that or thought that I would be afforded such an opportunity. To be honest with you, I thought I was just fit for the halls of this very castle. Before the tournament at Sunspear, I honestly say that I couldn't have remembered a time outside the walls of this castle.
And he says, well, do not worry, my lady. I will show you many things on the way back to Hellholt.
I believe Weiler has a book about Hellholt.
It is well, I will not lie, it is rather morose. In the middle of the desert. But there is an oasis nearby.
Well, it must be a lot more pleasant than, well, how Miriam and my my father used to treat themselves. Or one another, I should say. This place used to be quite dreary.
And he nods and he says, it is all quite dreary, if you ask me.
So, I've been meaning to ask you, well, you're going with father, no?
He nods and he's like, I will be leading the Uller men.
Well, I have something to give you.
That's so.
Yes, if you would please. There is something I wish you to bring back to me for safekeeping and to keep you safe. I know that my father wishes to see this business off unfortunately fast, and I apologize for it. But it is the mountain, you must understand.
And Franklin says, oh, my lady, do not worry. I do not plan to be under the mountain's blade. I am not that foolish.
Well, I shall ask that you keep my brother out of a situation such as that. Well, both of them.
Nods slightly, and he's like, I do not know that will be possible, my lady. The Redmane seem to be intent on blood in this matter.
Well, any good Dornish man would. At least both sides of the family are now somewhat healing. No?
And he kind of chuckles and says, that did not look much like healing to me, my lady.
No, I wouldn't say it was. But it's a start. All great things start from somewhere, no matter how small.
And he says, unless it is either Oliver or Aaron's intention to get the other killed. He kind of shrugs.
Well, you should be there to stop that. Make sure they don't kill each other.
And he laughs. He's like, my lady, I am only a third son.
Ah, that won't do. You're a man in your own right. You should never think lesser of yourself. And she kind of like lays a hand on his cheek.
Why don't you roll awareness empathy?
Yeah, he's probably wanting to put the dick in.
Or maybe he plays for the other team and he's not buying any of this.
Oh, God, if he just...
He's had eyes for Thomas's entire damn time.
It's Dorn, after all. I mean, I guess. Oh, God.
Just make sure he's got a strong pull-out game.
I have allotted for such funds in my I have allotted for such funds for copious amounts of I spent 2,000 silver stags on moon Heat, so
Oh, you
awareness
rolled.
empathy.
Okay. Yeah.
I haven't rolled yet.
Okay. Yeah.
Sorry, it's been
No,
a
you're
minute.
fine. You're fine. You can just click the button or
Wow. Bum 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 bum.
yeah, he smiles.
Holy crap.
He smiles as your hand touches his face, and he's like, my lady, I think I will take my leave. I wish to remain with your honor intact and not make you feel, well, uncomfortable. You are quite the visage.
Oh, no. If you must, just stay here. I won't have you off before I give you what I intend to give you. And it's not untoward, mind you. She kind of blushes at that. It's like, that is not what I meant.
He doesn't smile, and he's like, oh, I assumed that, my lady. What is it you wish to give me?
She says, well, it's one of my only few possessions, especially when I was a child. I don't take it you know much about my birth, do you?
I'm afraid not, my lady, but even still, I would not take one of your only possessions as a child. That is too precious. I cannot guarantee that it would be returned.
Well, do make sure it comes back to me, otherwise it'll be sorely missed. And she, like, pats her hands and, like, hits his shoulder and says, right, if you go anywhere, I'll be mad. And, I will be back.
And he looks at you dumbfounded, not understanding.
Or you could follow me and take it.
He's like, oh, my lady, of course I will be here.
Yeah, I mean, if he's gonna stand there and wait, then she'll come back with this, like, small stuffed, like straw stitch, like a stitched doll, and it is of a horse with a red mane.
He says, my lady, this is a beautiful trinket. I do not think I should take it.
You would refuse a lady's gift.
Not if you're so intent on giving it to me.
Well, then give it back. Just make
Yeah.
sure it comes back in one piece.
And he bows and he's like, I will do my best, my lady.
And she smiles and grins a little bit. And sorry if this seems queer to you.
He's like, no, my lady, I understand fully. It is just difficult. This ride
Difficult?
Yes, this ride will be. Well, I do not know the success or failure of your father's plans, but the mountain that rides is not something to be trifled with. I would expect a large loss of life, if not my own, your father's, your brother's. It is hard to say.
Wow. When I got scared during the siege, I played with that. And she kind of like pats the like patches of red fur on top of its head as its mane, and she says, "Hopefully, it'll give you the same amount of courage that it gave me." I know this must seem childlike. Anywho, I I feel as I must be off, and so too you. No doubt Father is probably asking to your attendance.
He nods and he says, "Aye, my lady, hopefully it does grant me courage. We will all need it. I shall see you when I return."
Yeah, and Amber will look at him and like on tippy toes kiss his cheek.
And he smiles briefly and takes a step backwards, turns, and walks away.
Amber spits as he gets far away. He's like, God, what a fucking third-born son. Ugh. No,
Yeah,
I'm
well, I
kidding.
like the idea. She goes to a room and opens up a cabinet, and it's just lined with these little horse stalls. And just
Oh, it's Beardo. I
This
fucking
is
love this character.
this is who I assumed would be here, so tell me if I'm wrong. All right.
Beardo.
60 horse had made. Okay, so this is several weeks later, right? 60 horse had made their way west across the Red Mountains. The small road followed the Redwater between the Skyreach to the south and Kingsgrave to the north. The three units of cavalry had split, with Sir Thomas and Ulrich had gone one, and Gareth another, and the last with Lady Miriam. The Lady of Redwater Keep was to speak with Lady Jane Fowler, the ruler of Skyreach and warden of Prince's Pass. Skyreach was the largest castle in the Red Mountains. They say it was near impregnable due to the narrow approach and extremely rocky terrain. This part was proven as the cavalry was forced off their horses many times. The direct advance, however, was slightly more open. In the distance, the castle could be seen ahead and above, as the climb to the castle was long and steep. Lady Jane and her husband Raymond Tyrell had married in a ceremony with her sister, and Raymond's cousin helping bond the reach to Dorne against the Lannisters. Jane Lynn, Jane's younger twin sister, had married Willis Tyrell, the now Lord of Highgarden. Both women had 3 children, Jane 2 girls and 1 boy, and Jane Lynn 3 boys. Lady Jane had married a distant cousin to ensure her line continued. Sir Raymond was a kindly man and dutiful to House Fowler after his arrival in Skyreach. He had fought bravely in Quentin's war against the rebels. House Fowler was one of the staunchest allies of House Martell and the most powerful house in the Red Mountains. The castle, certainly ominous, was made more so by the lack of discernible people nearby. It was remote, surely, but it was still day, and there was no sign of anyone coming or going. As Lady Miriam's detachment climbed up the road and mountain, they finally spotted a guardhouse at the bottom of a set of stairs where men could walk shoulder to shoulder at best. The backside of the castle seemed to disappear into rocky cliffs and outcroppings. So you're approaching this gigantic castle, which this picture doesn't actually do it 100% justice, but it's kind of in the side of a mountain. And you're walking up these wide stairs where everyone's on foot. quickly on foot as they approach. There doesn't seem to be anyone nearby.
Yeah, I mean, Phelan is busy giving like hand signals and commands to the troops as they, like fan out, and there's a front guard and a rear guard and intermixed and all that other stuff. And he doesn't say anything. And Miriam, you probably know this guy just as like a commander of Cassius's, right? Like a sub commander.
Right.
And he doesn't talk much. Got a pretty good beard though. Pretty good beard.
It's an amazing
It's
beard.
the eyebrows.
And Miriam, up near the front of the column, on a fine example of Redmane horse flesh. And as she approaches, she'll address this guardsman.
Yeah, there's no guardsman. It was a guard tower. There's no guard in the guard
okay,
tower.
okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a small guard tower on the side of the road, or the path, with no one in there. And Mike, feel free to roleplay basically who you want.
I'll be Ben. He just kind of standing by, guarding. Just kind of walks next to his ward, eyeing the area. Not particularly fond of horses, but a necessary evil to get here. Glad I don't have to be on that anymore.
Ox needs to have a voice like.
Oh God, not that voice. Where's Ghost?
Ben, very happy to get a fresh bowl haircut before leading to look his best.
Every day he uses the same bowl every day. Trims it every day. Every day. It's got the same crack in it in the front. He positions it like completely correctly, and oddly enough, it's shaped just for his cone-like head.
He's from Essos. He's one of those conehead people from Essos.
He's Jogos or whatever.
Yeah.
Jogos Eye.
But yeah, this no one about thing is weird. So Miriam will get Beardo and the foxes to see what's afoot.
Beardo will go up there on his horse.
Yep. So the path up to the castle is such that you're forced to dismount. Everyone is.
Are you sure about that? Because I automatically pass animal handling.
Yeah.
Automatically.
Terrain maintenance. You can't have
You
cavalry.
stay on the back of your horse as it falls off the edge of the road.
Yeah.
Well, then Phelan will actually just dismount, hand his horse to somebody, and do the eye thing to them. Doesn't say anything, obviously. Doesn't even move his mouth, but he will walk up the mountain with bow in hand. It's a pretty big bow, by the way.
And takes his horse, kind of mumbles, "Oh, wow, I gotta take his fucking horse."
Sling blade. So yes, you start heading up the basically the rocky stairs is what they are, and you don't see anyone on the path or around the path whatsoever. The castle in the distance, you actually don't see anybody on the ramparts. You don't see anyone looking down. The gates are closed. Looks very suspicious.
Something ain't right.
Melina, who has a Warfare 1, just kind of...
I don't even think you're there.
From the bottom, you don't notice it, but...
Oh, yeah.
We went up there, me, Ox, and Phelan.
Oh, okay.
Or Ben, Ox, and Phelan, I assume, right?
Yeah, and some of your desert foxes too, probably.
Phelan's just gonna do some hand signals and order him to fan about, right? And
what the fuck does that mean? Should I knock?
Yeah, he would not know any of your hand signals, right?
Yeah. I mean, Phelan doesn't pay him any attention, and he points to Ben and Ox and the two fingers, and he points to the tower, and he does the walkie thing with his fingers.
So what are you wanting them to do out of character?
That's
out of character.
Walk to it.
But he's gonna follow you up there and have the desert foxes, get ready and pay attention, right? Out of character, desert foxes are the ones that are with us are like on
Yeah.
Overwatch basically, and Ben and Phelan and Ox are gonna approach, right?
Yeah, we'll
Mhm.
go. I mean, we'll go up to the main gate or look for any sign of life, and at some point shout out. Since it's odd, I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a remote area, but you would like to think there's something that obviously them having everything bolted up and no one on the walls is a red flag.
Mhm. You. Oh, 1 second.
I don't have access to Ben's character, by the way. Oh wait, there he is.
1 second.
Ben gets more use than Lena does.
So basically, as you kind of approach the gate, you hear this nervous, like, talking on the other side, and somebody, like, yelling at them. Quiet, you fools, quiet! And then, like, you kind of see a head poke out from one of the ramparts looking down, and then looks kind of back over, like, hides himself again.
What the fuck you talking about?
Okay.
Kind of looks around, like, what? Quite about what? Kind of looks at the rocks or the hills around. Is like they're somebody clearly sieging them that we're not aware of.
It's like literally on the other side of the gate. It's kind of where the sound is coming from, right? So as described, but you here somewhere. Are you there? You there? Does that sound right?
Yeah.
You guys here?
Obviously, the girls need to be closer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was gonna say the desert fox would be like intermingled ahead and behind the women.
Right.
I think we would be in the middle, right?
Yeah, it's fine. You can put them where you think they are. That's fine.
I think protecting the girls mostly. Like we have one or two dudes.
That's cool. Mm-hmm. So as you stand there, you just hear somebody that's like, "Fuck it, kill him!" And so a couple heads pop out here and there. Hold on.
So
And
they just instantly getting a drop on us, or do
no,
we get
no,
to roll?
no. Yeah, you'll get to roll. All right. So this is technically a warfare. Giving no bonus for them because they're so ill prepared, I guess you could say. Your infantry are currently, or I'm sorry, your cavalry are currently technically infantry because of the terrain.
So they're gonna have an infantry package weapon. Right?
Yep. So once you get here, this is mountainous. This down here is hilly. This road type is hilly, so they could be cavalry down here, but once they hit here, they're infantry, or they have to dismount.
These guys have upgraded weapons. So do they get to keep those, or is it?
Their upgrade or their lances, really, right?
Yeah, but we're normally they would be.
Yeah, I think I have it written down. Hold on.
I'm just trying to clarify the rules.
War lances are war lances. You know, whether you're the question becomes your secondary weapons and all that when you're fighting. You know,
yeah, I think the answer is yes. The answer is yes. Let me make sure it's correct. Hold on.
I mean, I don't care either way, as long as we don't get penalized for them being on. I mean, whatever. I don't know how warfare is going to work in this situation, but I'm sure you do, so I'll just be quiet.
No, that's fine.
But either way, I'll tell you that I'm probably the commander. I doubt anybody has 4 warfare.
Oh, gotcha.
So let me just check one thing out here. So this is, so can you guys, I'll just show you that. That's Desert Foxes mounted. Oh, you guys already have access to both these. There's foot as well. Foot for upgraded on foot. What is that? That's was it athletics plus 1 to do? Yeah. And so if you look at their sword, it's 4 damage. So that should be the upgraded package. So the answer is yes.
Okay, I just wanted to know how we're handling that.
Yep.
Don't the horses have a marksmanship roll as well?
No.
What?
Cavalry doesn't
Sure
have
they do.
marksmanship. No, I don't think so.
Okay. All right, whatever.
I'm looking at cavalry right now. No, they have no marksmanship damage.
Cavalry
whatsoever.
doesn't have a long-ranged
Yeah.
bodum with archers or
Yeah.
gorillas or something, I suppose. But
So we are currently. So I've given you guys the lay of the land kind of thing, right? So we're past step 2. We did that. Step 3 is not happening. Initiative. So I think people need to do their warfare strategy, right?
So there's a thing about this is we don't take player actions until make sure you go by the rule books because we did it wrong in the other one because I don't want to have warfare go wrong, at least in this game, right?
Right. So well, we're at step 4 right now, right? So okay, so we know that terrain. We know what the terrain is. The terrain is mountainous on this climb, right? To scale any walls, you would have to do that action, right? So basically, nothing. Blocks movement is anything out here, right? You can't go around. You could go here and scale walls and stuff. All this path leading up is mountainous. If you look at the terrain mountainous, I think it gives you a plus something to plus 2B on fighting and marksmanship test. Very slow movement. No cavalry, no siege weapons. We went through that. So, yeah. What was that?
That was his strategy.
Okay. Why is he named that? That's weird. Okay.
I don't know why it shouldn't be, because I hit Phelan, so.
Yeah, it's still. Weird. Okay. No big deal.
It's not a big deal. So.
Yeah. So.
I should use the complex skill. By the way, heroes, I cannot have more than 4. 5 counting myself. So we have to decide who is what. I think Diana's probably going to sit this one out. Somebody has to sit it out. One of these.
Melina's not going to be in combat. She's got a fighting a 1.
Doesn't matter. Heroes still can give a dice of 1.
Yeah, if they're attached.
Mm-hmm.
Good. Kind of a. Yeah. Alright, so I'm going to roll mine.
Well, if one of them's going to attach,
Oh, wow.
guess maybe it would make sense for it to be Miriam. She actually has 3 warfare.
I would say her then.
Actually, I'd probably rather have Miriam as a sub commander. To be honest with you.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to attach because with Warfare 3 you can't give commands. I mean, if you're attached, you can't give commands. In Warfare 3, you want to give a command.
You can't do it unless it's personal guard unit.
I don't know. Ben fights with a stiletto and has an agility of 5, so attach Ben to the Desert Foxes then, or
No. You need to be next to it to attach. So, Melina's out of the fight. Have Diana just attached to the Foxes. She'd be the 4th hero. Miriam just needs to back up. That's all she needs to do and stay out of the fight. And the rest of us can do whatever.
kill Oswin first.
I assume the peasants can't drop down off the wall.
No. This is a gate. So if you look where they are, this right here. Right there is the gate in. So they're on the other side of the gate, basically.
Okay.
And they're just bigger to denote them being a warfare unit.
Yeah,
right?
I was
Right.
just making sure.
Yep.
Just making sure that they couldn't just instantly.
They're on the other, this gate is closed, right? And they're on the other side of the gate. Now this guy is up on the ramparts, right? Looking down at you. Okay, so and he's like a good 10 or 12 feet above you, right? Where he is.
He only needs to stick his face out.
Yep. So now we're at first player actions, right? So I actually go first as far as warfare because I somehow rolled 3 6s. So we're at first player actions. Basically, we probably should do individual initiative.
Yes, what we do is we roll it every time. So when first player action, second player action, third player action comes up, we roll it every time. So it's a case by case basis, right? So I guess it's whatever.
So let's roll some initiative then.
Let me get a pen and I'll help you track it, Tet, if you need me to. That way
Yeah,
we don't have
that would be easier since so I don't have to do the order. Like since
that's actually Ox, not Miriam.
Right. So I'll just roll for my guys, you roll for your guys, and we'll compare what we got. Sound good?
What does Ben wear for armor?
Is it not on there? That was padded or something.
Yeah, okay, there it is. I see it now. It's 1-0, so that'd be padded, I assume.
Yeah.
Don't you get my bull kite murdered?
I just roll.
We need what's his face to roll. If Chris is going to be controlling anybody.
Yeah, you should control someone.
I'm not controlling anybody.
You should control someone.
Take Walter Pett slot and Walter Pett, you play at Ox.
Okay.
Just for combat, yeah, makes sense.
Well, I mean, Ben's his dude. So.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Take Ben. I'll take Ox.
Only you want me to roll initiative for him, or
yeah,
I
everybody.
Rolled initiative for Ben.
Okay.
It's pretty good. It's 19, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah, I already have it. Ox, just roll Ox.
Can you link Ox's character to?
Yep.
You can re-roll it if you want to, but I had already rolled. Ox got a 14.
Oh, that's fine. If you already rolled it, I'm worried about it.
Yeah, let me give you his character anyway, so you know.
Oh, we need a Miriam then, because her actually means something. So.
Yeah. Miriam's
So many freaking folders. Okay.
And that's actually Miriam.
Ox is the 6 for Miriam.
Now, the Ox is a 14. Miriam is the 6.
Yep.
So Diana's going to be a part of this. Just have her go very last. I'm not concerned. To give the Desert Foxes a 1D. That we don't need her agility. She's just going to attach. Because the heroes are going to be Ox, Ben, and Miriam, and Diana.
Yeah, Diana's the one with the killer agility score.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So what was the highest initiative you got?
Highest initiative we got was a 19, and that was Ben.
Okay. Oswin beat that, so he's going to go first. And he is going to shoot down at Ben.
Shortest lived bodyguard I ever had.
Aim.
If he takes an aim action, he cannot take cover afterwards. Just letting you know that.
$26. Combat defense.
It's 4 degrees.
11.
He's got 13. Ben does. That's not 4 degrees.
It's not. It's 3. Yeah, it's 3.
3. Damage is 8. With
8
Pierce,
times 3, 24.
With Pierce, 1 at least.
Yeah,
Longbow.
it's all damage. He's got padded armor.
He has to take a wound.
Yep. I'll just put on sheet.
Okay, yep, please do that. Okay, so whoever has the next initiative, my next highest is 15. So
17 for me. Phelan will
Oh, hey,
just...
real quick. The Ox, you need to re-roll those 2 1s. He has danger sense.
Oh, yeah, forgot about that. Well, you go ahead and roll it. You're playing him.
yeah, he can have ball and chain. That's fine.
Who does Ox?
Yeah, because he had Warhammer with a shield before.
Okay, we'll do ball and chain. Okay, so where's his roll? So 6 and another 6. 12 plus 8. You got a 20 now instead.
Oh, well, he should have went first.
No, Oswin had 21. He would have went first.
Okay. Then it's you next, Ox. Do you have any sort of throwing weapon at all?
Climb a wall. How high is the wall? He's got to take an athletics test.
12 feet.
You know what? No. Just will coordinate. What's his will?
No good. No,
What's his will?
Ben has a good will. Ox does not. It is
I think Ox is
3.
3. Yeah.
Yeah, will coordinate. Your target number is 12. I mean, you could hit it.
Just to let you in on why I would climb the wall is this gate is closed. We need to get up here to open the gate. So I don't really think a will coordinate is going to kill Oswin. I mean, maybe he will right away, but if I get up that wall in one turn, I'm in melee range and I can fuck him up.
True. Get on the wall.
So he's going to climb the wall.
If you want help with that, I can. But I'd rather just shoot him in the fucking face.
Yeah, eliminate the archer. So Phelan, by all means, please kill him. Ox is going to climb the wall.
Okay.
That's a athletics test, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, and you account your strength for it. Climbing wall action.
That's a good question. What is it on the warfare? Scale walls. Difficulties determined by narrator. We'll say it's a DC 12.
Is it athletics climb or athletics strength?
It's
That's weird.
I would I'd say climb.
Dude, don't matter how yoked you are, it's how well you are climbing a wall.
I mean, it's a scale. It's a flat wall, right? It's not like.
Yeah.
I'm feeling okay on this roll.
Got it by 1.
Yeah.
So put him like here or here, right next to him, or.
Yeah, he just goes tick, 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 tick.
Well, you also have to move. So you have to move, and then you have to start scaling the wall, which means you're not atop it. You have to move to the wall. You have to move to the wall because you weren't at the wall. You have to move to the wall, and then you have to take the action to climb. So you're not atop the wall yet. You have successfully climbed the wall. Maybe you're at the top of it now, but you don't get to act again.
You just have to move next turn and then do it.
Okay. Yep. That's fine.
Then it would be 17. So I will aim and shoot.
Isn't it technically Ben's turn?
I mean, you can go. What's Ben's will?
It's 4.
He has a 4 will? Yeah, fucking coordinate me.
first off, is there anywhere I can ride or run behind cover or anything like that, or is it just too far away?
From where you are, back down the hill, maybe. This
Oh,
guy, this
cool.
guy, this guy's in a
Coordinate
very
is a greater action.
Yeah, this guy's in a very advantageous position.
Additionally,
everybody.
Will is a greater
there's
action.
no. Yeah, I'll just coordinate.
Just coordinate and point him out to me, and Phelan will fuck his face. Target number's 12.
He's like, Beardo, he's right there.
Target number's 12. All right. So, what is your marksmanship ranking? What is your marksmanship ranking?
I think it's a 1.
If it's a 1, I get a 1 bonus dice.
It's a 2.
It's a 2.
It's a 2. It's still a 1. Okay. Can we get something a little bit more battle-y? This is fucking.
Mm-hmm.
This is fucking not battle-y at all. It's nice though. So combat action or complex skill. Oh, before we do anything, Tet, the next target, the highest number is 17, which would be Phelan.
Okay, Phelan's up then.
Total dice is going to be 1 from aiming, right? 1 from the bin, and that means it's 6 because I only get the 2. Oh wait, no, because I have 2 bonus dice on top of that, so that means I have 8 total dice, and I'm keeping 4. And whatever this result is, you add 4 on top of it because it's his will ranking
That's fine.
times degrees. What's his target? No, you don't have to tell me. I need to know actually.
It's 10.
Two degrees. Would 4 make it go up above that? Let's see. 5, 6, 4, 4. This says 10, 10, 10, 9, 19 on 10.
23
2,
versus. Yes, it would.
So it's 3 degrees. That is 18 damage. 18 damage with Pierce 1.
Yeah, he's got to take a wound.
Isn't Ben Ox's son?
No.
No.
Or we were joking about that.
We were joking.
Oh, that would have been great.
Oh, God.
They both
Shoot
speak in
my
the
son.
exact same way.
It'd be his best.
Shoot
They-
my son, I'm gonna kill him. And then he answers,
Yeah, exactly. They both speak the exact same way. Right. So he takes a wound.
Actually, no. I did that wrong. So it double recurve bow is agility +1. It's 5 + 2. That's 7 base damage. That means he still takes a wound, so it
He's
doesn't matter.
taking a wound.
Yeah. All right. So what's the next? The next in yours.
Next highest is like fucking 6.
Okay. So my guy goes next. It's this Lorne guy. He attaches. It says action.
Okay.
And then I have a guy also with 6. But he is.
It would go to the winner of the warfare then.
Okay. He actually is not going to do anything as the commander, so.
He can take cover.
I mean, he's in the castle, right? It's this guy.
It wouldn't make sense for him to anybody to shoot him. He's inside the castle.
Yeah, you could not do that, but. Okay. So whoever you have left.
No, that would be Diana attaching, right?
Yep.
And Miriam taking cover behind some rocks or something.
That's fine.
Miriam, be watchful behind us because we might get butt raped.
Okay. Yeah. So, orders.
Ooh. Order.
So my order first is basically defend. Let me roll here.
Roll that 2d6.
I'm a little bit more prepared than that.
I would hope he has more than 2 fucking warfare.
Well, you saw
No.
what he had.
When you roll defense, sorry, I was skipping the warfare because I assumed he was going to automatically get it. And
You would get it automatically, unless he's a green peasant.
Well, yeah, maybe it is.
Then they don't get it automatically. Their test number for the first time they command it is like fucking 9 or some shit like that.
bad.
Not good. I actually wouldn't know off the top of my head. I have to go look. Damn you guys, making me look at shit.
Rolled a
He might
9.
have failed. He might have failed that.
Not sure.
If they are green peasants, he did in fact fail.
Skip that page.
Be silly for me to guard him being a guard and all.
Their base is where'd they go? 6, and trained is 3, so that'd be a 9. Or
Yeah.
excuse me, no, routine is 12. Excuse me. So if they're trained, it's 12. If they're veteran peasants, it's 9, and if they're elite peasants, it's 6.
Why does that tickle me so much?
Got the finest peasants in
It's
Westeros, we do.
Yeah.
So they're just standing there. Okay.
That is a 1 counter for them.
Mhm.
Just for their discipline going
Yep.
up. So the next time they get commanded, 15. Depending upon what they're doing, right?
All right. Miriam's order.
Ooh, oh, it's our order yet.
Hmm.
It'd be, is Phelan in the commander, Miriam, or are you taking it?
Oh, whoever has it.
I assume Phelan is a better overall commander than Miriam, probably.
Phelan is going to. I mean, Walter Peck, do you have any suggestions? Because I know what I'm gonna do.
I mean, really, it's just getting the foxes to the gate, getting the gate open, and killing peasants.
Remember, slow movement.
This whole thing is slow.
It's very slow.
Very slow from here on out. This is hill. So what you're on is hill.
Can I change their Can I change their formation?
Yeah, absolutely. You mean beforehand? Beforehand, they had to be in like a.
They would have been in column. Honestly, they probably would have been in column. I mean, just from an RP sense. So I mean, their first order can be, and actually, column actually moves them quicker. For any real negative effects of being in the column formation. If you want to change them, I would say, yeah, go ahead and do whatever one you want. They have no real ranged characters. You can put them in the fucking turtle for all you want.
That's what I was gonna do. I was gonna have them go turtle and just creep up. Well, I don't actually want to take this too long, because I don't think they're gonna come out and fight us. So column, if they're in column Tet, I'm just gonna have them advance.
That's fine. So normally they would move as infantry. They would move what? 40?
If infantry is base is 40.
Yep. So
cavalry is 80.
Very slow movement. That's half, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's minus 20. Yeah.
So they'd be moving at 20. They would move there, but at column gives you.
They use primary for moving troops in an orderly fashion. The column formation organizes members, units in a row of tight ranks. No, it's just for getting through areas, which makes sense, right? It doesn't actually speed you up, as far as I can tell.
Yeah, battle formation actually slows you down. Column basically does.
There you go. Yes. So basically, you're faster than normal.
Yeah, benefit none, meaning there's the drawback -1d on fighting tests. It's just primarily used for moving in an orderly formation, whereas the vast majority of other formations, the drawback is slow, so you're -10 yards movement.
Okay, so
Even
they
in-
can only move 20. That's fine with me. I will have them do that.
Well, why don't you sprint him?
I could. Is there any drawbacks to sprint? Because it's just moving double. I think, or 4 times, right?
Sprint. Well, first you need to roll, right? The
Yep.
discipline.
Trained, I'm gonna pass it automatically.
Okay, that's fine. So sprint. It's not an advanced one.
Next time I won't pass automatically, but
I don't see any disadvantage to a sprint in this situation.
no, I think sprinting is fine, and that's gonna move me 4 times on my movement, right?
Yeah, it's 4 times the movement, isn't it?
Pretty sure.
Is
This whole
there
thing
is
is
there
slow,
even
right?
is there even a sprint in Warfare though?
Yes, there is.
It's not worded well, but there is a sprint. It's the same. It's
Think
if I
of
find-
warfare as literally regular combat,
No,
but
I
just
understand.
like smaller. Literally, it's just smaller numbers instead of having like 5 or 6 or 4.
Or sprint.
it would be like, it's 2 or 3.
Yeah, it's fine.
So 20, and then 20, because this is going to be slowed still, right? This movement.
Oh yeah.
So it's 20. I think that's all, right?
Yeah, that would be it.
Yeah, honestly, I found it finally. If you order the unit to sprint, the unit must move in a straight line. So,
You could technically move that in a straight line.
I think
And
that's fine.
I
Yeah.
think that's a straight line to me. It's not like you're trying to curve around,
Yep.
a spaghetti line of
Yep.
shoulders.
No, that's
to me.
fine. That's fine for sprint.
As long as there's a straight path. Now, if there's a big fucking rock here, yeah, like a cliff or something, sure. But anyway, that's my move, Ted.
Nope, that's good.
You can't see it because all the characters, but they have a token on it.
Fine.
Little-
I get it. I got it. So okay, I'm gonna try to defend again.
Nice.
Okay.
What is their target number now? Because it goes up.
Well, they are defended by a castle, so +8.
Yeah, but what is their target number to take the order?
Oh, it was I think it was 15, right?
Well, if they're trained, then it is a base 12,
Yeah.
and then 15 would be the second turn.
No, they are
Confused.
They don't know what they're doing. They do not have that.
Oh,
heat
actually,
bonus
they have -3 discipline because they have a unit attached. So they would have
Oh,
passed that one.
right.
That is true. Yeah.
Oh.
So yeah, I'm gonna pass my next 2.
That's fine. Go ahead.
Yeah, but they do now have the defense bonus. Do you want me to
The
just order
defense bonus is all they do for a defense bonus is roll
Agility.
2d6, and that replaces their base combat. Or is it agility? Yeah, it is. Sorry. Yeah, 2d6, and that replaces
So,
their base combat defense.
I think I know what I'm gonna do with the desert foxes.
So,
Scale.
Climb the fucking walls.
their athletics is 2. They'll never climb the walls.
Yes, they will. They have a unit attached. They get a +1d.
Thought that was just for fighting and
I'm
It
pretty
melee.
might be
sure.
for only fighting.
It's only for fighting and marksmanship.
That is fighting and marksmanship, but
Okay.
discipline is negative. Yeah, no, trust me, it's one of those. I actually was going to suggest that, and then I was like, oh wait, their athletics is 2. Unless anybody has.
trained.
My goal as of right now is to open the gate. or however I need to, and go from there.
They're just gonna move. Actually, you know what? I'll sprint. I don't have to roll this one either, so because of the attachment. So they're just gonna sprint and end up right there.
Fun. My guys are not gonna do anything.
Okay, so you're gonna pass.
Hmm.
How many commands does he have?
My dude,
Yeah, I just needed to know.
4.
Okay, I have 4 as well.
You have warfare +1, right?
Warfare +1, yeah, because Miriam.
Well,
This is the
you
first
have
one that I have
5
to
then.
roll.
You have 5 then. Because it's oh no, never mind. I'm sorry. I have 3 commands. You're right.
Because the Warfare +1 is from the sub-commander.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
We messed it up on this round, by the way. But for first player actions, we should have had 5 combat rounds, not 1.
Yeah, but that would take fucking forever.
Well, we would have killed Oswin right away, and then we could have just skipped to me running to open the gate and then resolved the rest of it. That's
Well, we have second player actions, so we can do that.
exactly.
I like the fact that the first player action was only like 1 turn, though. Honestly. Yeah, I'm good. They will move up. They're not in striking range. They can't attack me from defense, can they?
No, they cannot, and you can't attack them until the gate opens.
Basically, Ben and Ox need to get up and figure a way to open the gate. It's really what it looks like.
That's not gonna be able to scale the wall.
At this point, they're just going to take a I think passing is the best thing we can do, because I don't have confidence in passing the next one, because my target was 15 on that one. So
Well, why don't you just roll the defense, since it'll keep you that way, and you have shields, so you get to roll. What's their agility, by the way, for the desert foxes? I don't know.
Hello?
Decent combat defense in case they just open the gate and charge it. Let's remember we're in a common formation.
oh no, I could change the formation. I'll just do that. Change the
There you
formation would be better to turtle, and they really can't hurt us. I think turtle would be the best there, right?
Tortoise shell. That's difficulty +9. So what do you have? What's their warfare score going to be?
Okay, so their score is going to be they've acted twice. I'm just moving this out of the way. They've acted twice, so it's going to be 3-6, right? They've got a Diana, so that's down to 3 again, and then they're trained, so whatever that is.
Yep.
It's gonna be 9.
Rate is 6. So they need a 9 base, and you would need a 15 or higher. Excuse me, an 18 or higher to get them in a tortoise shell, or you can. At a +6
Shield wall or a tortoise shell. Shield wall or
+9. Shield wall is 6 phalanx. Is your other potential. I'd say phalanx probably.
Yeah, phalanx would work. It makes sense, right?
And it allows movement even if it's very slow. As where a shield wall does not. Yeah, shield phalanx, it's easier to achieve.
Nope.
It's the mechanical effects.
So they're trained, says -3, or +3, that's 9, and then the phalanx adds. Yeah, I failed. So I think it's top of the order now, because I can't take an X action. There's no way I could pass.
Miriam. Okay. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, there's no way she could pass either.
Mm-hmm.
The way it works is she should
Go first.
even have a chance of issuing orders.
Yep. So we're at second player actions.
It is Oswin first from the order that I wrote down.
Yep. So he is going to.
Remember, he has a
Shoot.
wound.
Yep, he sure does. Well, he's going to turn his attention on Ox. Obviously, he's going to aim and shoot at Ox.
This guy's gonna die.
What's that?
This guy's gonna die real fast if he lets me pulverize him with arrows.
What's Ox's combat defense?
It is because he can't very well use his shield while he's climbing.
Mhm.
It is 10.
10. So 3 degrees of
Yep, he's got a
success.
breastplate.
Yep, 3 degrees of success with 8 damage. 24 minus 5 for breastplate, right? 19. Oh, and pierce. And pierce.
Pierce
Just
as
one.
well. So
20 damage.
So how much damage did he take? 20?
I think so. 20. Yeah. He gets injury. And just
If he 20 damage, he could take 4 injuries.
just have the endurance, because I would say fucking do it.
He's endurance of 5. Endurance injuries are easier to heal, and yeah, I'm gonna
Yes,
take
they are. I would just take the 4 injuries.
4 injuries, Mr. Ox.
Okay.
Oh wait. No, I don't have to take that. God, I'm an idiot. So he took 20 damage. He has health of 15. So he's going to take 14 health damage. Or excuse me, in math. He's going to take 2 injuries. That reduces it by 10, so he's taking 10 damage. So he has 5 hit points left.
If we're not fucking up the math here. 'Cause
No, that sounded right.
That sounds
If
right.
he's taking 20 points of damage, and that's after subtracting his armor, correct?
Right?
Mhm.
No, that was right. That was right. I'm pretty sure it was right.
If that's right, if he takes 10 health points, we aim with 5 out of 15. So it's 10 on account of 4 damage, taking 2 injuries, 5 endurance means you take per injury 5 endure, 5 point off, so he'll take 2 injuries. There we go.
Are you get how's the audio quality right now?
It's good. I like it.
Fine.
Okay,
You kinda,
Hey, somebody is like fucking eating into the microphone.
I
No.
just said my headset, that was me.
No, I'm having trouble hearing people. I think it's me. I don't really understand what it is. I'm gonna actually log all the way out of Discord, and then I'll be right back.
Yeah. Hey, look, Redmane just got a.
Miriam will go start packing.
Sounds better, I think. Yeah, that
Uh,
was weird. Okay, yeah. All right, cool. So just shot Ox. Who is next? Ben, right?
Ben.
That is Ben.
I think at this point, I'm just gonna try to keep coordinating because I can't cross that wall. It's just not possible for me.
What's your athletics?
2.
Yeah, you're not doing it on a -1D.
So I'm just gonna coordinate.
Yeah, remember you're rolling 4, keep 3.
And plus he has a wound, right?
that's with the
That's
Oh,
with the
gotcha.
wound.
Mhm. Okay.
Target number's 12.
Go get him.
Get him.
Yes.
All right, so Phelan is going to, because Phelan is 17. I don't want to skip a turn. We good?
Yep. Hello.
Whose turn is it?
It's
Bam.
Phelan's. Sorry, I'm doing stuff.
That's fine.
Oh, I forgot 2 bonus dice. It doesn't really matter. Well, it does, but
Just roll them. Just roll them separately.
I don't think the 1's going to count for anything, but the 5 will, because it'll upgrade it by 2 points.
Mm-hmm.
And then 4 on top of that. So, 2 points. I'm going to expand the chat log.
11 plus 8, 19 plus 4, 23. It's 3 degrees of success. He's going to have to take another wound. I mean.
Yep, 7 damage base. So.
Let's see. So 7 damage base on 3 degrees, 21 damage.
7 damage, yep. With Pierce 1.
Yep, that's not. So basically 21 damage to Pierce 1. 20 damage. Take 4 injuries.
God, this guy's not going to be worth it at all.
4 injuries.
Minus 1d, minus 4 injuries. Or
Yeah.
minus 4.
Yep, and then I'll give him. Alright.
If we want to just keep it to 1 turn per player actions, we can. I mean, it doesn't really matter to me. He's about to get fucking skull raped by Ox, so it's okay.
Honestly, doing the 5-player combat rounds will speed things up.
Yeah. It
Because
will.
it'll allow the gate to get opened.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's-
and
I
then
mean,
Ox goes
unless-
next because he has. No,
It's Ox. He had a 14.
Then
Or was
he-
it
then
got
it-
corrected to 8.
Yeah,
oh,
it's
we
18.
skipped the 20. My bad.
That's
My
okay.
bad, guys.
Yeah, I thought he was 20. Yeah, that's okay. Go Ox. It
We're-
doesn't matter.
we're just-
As long as you guys go the same, right? Doesn't matter.
Yeah, he's going to continue climbing.
So he can move and attack, basically.
So I just need to do a lesser
Yeah,
action move and get up there.
Yep.
Yep, you need to move and then attack. He basically shot you as you got over the wall.
2 injuries. Okay, that's a success.
Oh, you don't even have to. You don't have to roll athletics. You're at the
okay.
You're like 1 leg over the rampart, right?
All right. So a move, and then I will do an attack then instead.
Mm-hmm. TN 10.
Add my 2 injuries. Wow, that roll was dog shit.
That's
two,
still a degree.
two degrees of success, right?
Mhm.
Okay, so shattering 2. That's the first thing. So knock 2 off his combat defense if he has any.
Armor, yeah.
Oh, if he's using a bow, so all he has is armor, so minus 2 to his armor rating.
Mm-hmm.
And my base damage is 9. So 2 degrees of success, that's 18 damage. Ox swings mightily with his ball and chain. That's for trying to kill my friend Ben.
They've gotten close with Melina
And
and
just
Ram
gives a
together.
thumbs up.
Yeah, so you just slam your ball and chain on the guy's chest, and he staggers back, takes a wound.
You slam your balls on his chest.
Most overpowered weapon in the game.
Yes, it is.
All right, so my
Still-
dude,
still not
what
as
is?
Hey, when I thought the Warhammer was one-handed, it was pretty attractive too.
Second player action, greater detach. This guy down here, Lauren, detaches.
Lauren detaches.
That's a greater action. So
Yes, it is.
whoever's next.
It's Egbert and then Rob, from what I wrote down.
Egbert.
What a name.
Right?
Fucking Egbert. I guess Beardo isn't all that better.
Um. So he goes and climbs the ladder up to that part of the wall overlooking the desert foxes. Move. Climbing the ladder is just a normal movement, I would say, right? On the inside of
Yeah.
the castle.
It's a
Yeah.
ladder.
So he has a bow as well.
Well, if he's going to do 1 damage, he has to kill 10 of them in 10 rounds.
Yeah, he's not gonna shoot them. He is. I don't think he can really shoot anyone else. From
Other
he
than Ox.
he could shoot Ox, yeah, over top of them, right? So that's what I'll do.
Yeah, because I mean, I'm up on the wall fighting Oswin. Egbert would really, I mean, unless he wants to attack the unit.
No, he's
I
gonna
really wouldn't favor his chances on attacking the unit.
14 versus Ox.
It's now that he has his shield out since he successfully completed.
You did not.
climbing.
You did not use a lesser action to draw your shield.
Okay, so then we're back to 9.
9, and I rolled 2 degrees of success. Damage is 4. So
4
8,
damage?
8.
8, so he takes 3 hit points of damage, bringing him down to
2.
2. Taking
Excuse
it
me.
like a champ.
2 hit points.
Catch your breath.
Yeah, nobody ever catches their breath.
It's because fights don't last that long.
That's true. Whoever's next.
Thomas.
It'd be Miriam. I assume Miriam and Melina go at the same time because
Yeah.
Melina technically isn't in the battle. So
I'll be right back while you guys finish this round up.
30.
It's behind a rock.
A rape-proof rock.
There is no such thing. It's just hoping for the best, really.
Well, if you guys lost this battle, there was some PR in place for show.
I wasn't worried about losing this fight. In
No.
fact, I'm not worried about losing desert foxes at all. But
Yeah, I don't know that Miriam has a whole lot to contribute at this point.
you can move up.
Yeah,
That'd be about it.
I mean,
she does want
she's
to
gonna
stay in
stay
some
right
kind
next
of
to
cover.
Miriam.
Until I do
Well-
this, right, and just drop that back there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And they just get units attacking players, heroes is lame.
It should be more, I think, than
Yeah, it should be, but
PD.
you start to break it.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yes.
that is.
I think we're back
it
to
goes
orders.
back up to the top. Yeah, it's back to the
Oh,
top.
actually,
and
yeah,
the
it's first player. Yeah. Actions.
second
So
player,
Oswin.
it'd be Oswin.
Oh God. We're not really doing reach. Ball and change is 1 reach. Is that right? Just making sure.
Yeah, but we're not doing it right now. But unless you want to do it from this point onwards, I don't care. I really don't.
Well, I mean, it hasn't really mattered. I think if ball and chain,
Not here.
if ball and chain's 1, then he's in perfect range for it, right?
Yep.
I was just thinking if it was more, and I tried to flee, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Oswin's going to climb down.
I think he can jump down. I don't think he can climb down.
Well, he's going to attempt to climb down, which he's going to fail because.
Ben, go shank the shit out of him.
No, man, I don't know. What would be falling damage? Well,
Is the gate up yet?
Falling damage is horrible in this game.
yeah.
Osmond's about to tumble off the wall to you, most likely.
Yeah, just ask Bran how that worked.
It's 12 feet up, not 100 feet. But, so I think I don't want to look up the rule right now, so I'm gonna say.
I've got it right here.
Okay,
Falling
what is it?
damage.
What is it?
Falling damage is distance fall, and how many yards does he fall?
12.
12. Effect
4
is 1
yards.
injury per 2 yards.
So 6 damage. I know I said
he
feet
takes-
earlier, but I just whatever the unit is.
If you do that, he takes 1 damage per yard or feet. But if he falls 11 yards or greater, he takes an injury per 2 yards.
Jesus. Well, I'm not gonna do
But he takes damage per yard, or feet fallen on 2 to 10 yards, which is within that bracket, right? So he would take 11 damage.
that. Okay, I'll do it. So he just jumps down. I'm assuming that's a lesser action, right?
I mean, shit, I would allow that as a free action. Just tumble over the edge.
Yeah, so the guy jumps away from Ox in a panic, crashes to the ground, like screams out as his ankles are both sprained, and then stares at Ben in his way. And I guess I'm gonna move slow movement. Oh, they put me right in his wheelhouse. Shoot him.
Get him, Ben.
Go well.
Is it my turn then?
No. It's just
No, hold on. So this is gonna be.
All right, I'm back. What now?
Oswin jumped off the wall.
took 11 damage.
So
Yeah, falling damage is nothing to snort with, because
70.
almost like it is in real life, falling like 5 feet can kill you. Oswin is now the inventor of the help I've fallen and I can't get up.
Needs life alert.
That was my shot at Ben there. Miss.
Whiff.
All right, whoever's next. I think it's
Uh,
Ox, right?
it's
Really?
20. It's Ox, yeah. Ox, catch your breath, man.
Now, why would I catch my breath when there's enemies to kill? Lesser action 1, draw a large shield.
Mm-hmm.
How many steps is that to get to Egbert?
You'd have to go across the wall.
Yeah, you got to go
I know
down.
it's kind of messed up. So 1, 2,
So I
3,
think it'd be
4,
like
5.
this, and then
Well,
you
he's
got to
gotta
go through
along
this
the
gate.
wall, so he's got to go there,
Oh yeah.
there.
You can get down pretty much anywhere along this line, right? And then go through this way, but he would be above you, right? You'd have to go
Well,
up.
underneath the peasants, is that like a gate, or is there like a walkway above the gate where the peasant unit is?
This would be on top of the gate, right? Yeah, I know there's a lot of tokens over top of it, but there's like here, let me just grab and move them out of the way.
Yeah, I just didn't know if there was
Yeah.
like a walkway right
Yeah,
there.
there is. There absolutely is. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's gonna go with maximum unit. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Does that look right?
Yeah, roundabouts.
And it looks like he would have to go here, up these stairs and there, but it doesn't matter. You would be able to get up anywhere on this courtyard.
Well, what's
No,
right
go
up?
straight
To the,
across.
what's to the right of Egbert? Can't he just go right up those
Yep,
steps right there?
Absolutely. It's just one. Yeah. You can
Oh,
go
no. Because this courtyard, if it got taken by enemies, it doesn't have stairs up. Why would you give that? Because then you get along the entire wall. You'd make this the only entrance from up here. That way you have a murder hole right here. Because it doesn't have stairs. This whole area doesn't have stairs. on the
Stairs
center
right
floor.
here. And how do you ping again?
Just hold it down. Hold down your left click.
Yeah, that's stairs right there, isn't it?
Yes. But I'm talking about the inner stairs, because you don't like defensive fortifications. There's stairs going up right here that go up onto the wall, and they
I
don't have
gotcha.
any right here. That'd be really silly if you had your one gatehouse have like entrances to the whole wall to the keep.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why that matters. I mean, there's a walkway across the top here. That's what he's
What
asking.
I'm saying is that, like, if we had units down here, like Lorne is, he
Yeah.
can't get up here. Unless
That's
he
right.
climbs,
He's
because-
got to go out
Correct.
here.
Okay, yeah. So
Yeah, Lauren has to go
Alex
out there
ran.
and then out.
Get him.
So Lauren would be next,
Yeah.
right? Or Ben. Who is
Ben would be next, then Beard.
Phelan?
Ben.
Phelan, right?
It's Ben first, actually.
Okay.
So if that is a contiguous walkway across there, Ox, could you have charged Egbert?
No, I used a
No.
lesser action to draw my shield.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Plus, it's not a straight path, so I wouldn't allow anybody to charge and not on a straight path. That's just me, though.
You gonna do some
I need to do
shanking?
a lesser action and drawing my stiletto and.
No, you've already got those out. That's fine. You started
Okay,
the battle
I'm
with
just-
them.
He is on the ground. Tet did not stand back up. That means that you get a D.
So it just offsets it to basically my normal
Yeah.
roll.
mhm.
Just normal roll. Click it.
Should've
Whatever
killed
it-
me when you had the chance.
Oh, I'm gonna enjoy this.
Wow. 8
Yeah,
is
fair
a miss.
Even though
How
it
do you
has
roll?
pierce.
Wait a second. Look at his roll. Why?
No, that
How
can't
did you
be right.
add a -1? All you do is hover over it.
Yeah, that can't be right. Hold on, let me look at his.
He's using the wounds on his sheet.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
don't. Yeah,
You have
remove.
to re-roll that because all it did
Yeah.
was re-roll. Basically, just do roll.
Use the simple skill thing.
Yeah, 66, keep 4.
Yeah, it's fine. Just do that.
All right.
Yeah, the wounds on the sheet don't work.
There you go.
2 degrees.
And
What's
then
your
it's-
stiletto damage?
It's 5, and I think it has pierce, doesn't it?
Yeah,
It's
this guy
piercing
doesn't have
3.
much armor. It's gonna go right through it.
It's piercing 3 because he has short blade fighter.
That's
Also,
10.
Oswin got hit with shattering, so he probably has no armor.
Yeah, he has no armor. So basically, you knife him to death. How do you do that?
Over and over and over again.
Or you don't have to kill him, right? You could take him captive.
Oh, take it.
Oh, he's
Captive.
gonna kill him.
We'll keep
No,
Egbert
take-
alive. Ben's a killer. Egbert will.
Yeah,
Ben will
That's true.
hold him like a puppy too tightly.
That does make the most sense. Fucking Ben just fucking hopping on him and stabbing him over and over again. Holy shit.
yeah. He just gets there and stabs him over
Boom,
and
check.
over and over again. And he's like clearly dead by this point, and he just keeps going.
So for Phelan, I think.
Yeah. Do I have a flaw with athletics with Phelan? Oh, no. And it's athletics to get over the wall.
Yep. Athletics climb.
And what's the target number?
12.
If I fail to climb, am I going to fall? Does anybody want to coordinate me?
Can't. That's a
One guy
great. That's
could is
a
currently stabbing somebody.
greater action. Coordinate has to
Uh,
be used before you.
Yeah. Could I delay until after Miriam's next turn?
Sure.
I'm going to delay until after Miriam's next turn.
Alright.
Okay, so I'll just set mine below Rob's, so I'm at 5.
So it's Lauren's turn. 3, 4. Going up the ladder. Actually, yeah. Move. Can I move? That's not a thing, is it? Can't do that.
You can.
You can never use the same action twice. Lesser actions. Right?
I don't see why you couldn't move. I mean, you can turn a greater action or a a
What's
combat action into a move. I would say that you could sprint and do 4 times your movement, and that
yeah,
that is
it's
a
just
greater
not
action.
not a
You can-
not
you
a
can
straight line.
Move. I mean, like you said, it's vague enough since you're going up a ladder. Lesser action move number 1 can be to get to the ladder. Number 2 can be to get up the ladder or something, you know. But you can move. You just can't attack.
I think it's
Or others.
I think it's technically you cannot do any of the same lesser actions twice. So that would mean you cannot move now. If I moved, interacted, and then got to the top, I'm good with that. Okay, go ahead. Egbert next, right? Is that correct?
Didn't he already go?
No,
Or is this a new
he's
round?
last.
This is a new
Yeah,
round,
new
you're
round.
right.
No, I was pissing. Sorry. Yeah, it's definitely Egbert next, and then Miriam, and then myself.
Aim, shoot at Ox. I think.
Get him, Ox.
$14,
1 degree of success.
4 damage. Nothing, right?
Damage. Yep.
Okay.
Ox takes the arrow to the shield and peeks his head over and goes, "I'm coming to put my balls in your face." Mhm.
Okay. Miriam, I think.
Miriam, and then Beardo.
So you want Miriam to try and coordinate you? Is that the point you're
Yep.
making?
Please do.
You are coordinated.
What is your ranks in athletics?
2.
Is 16 a 2 degree? Or
Nope, that's 1 degree. 0
It's
to
just-
4, it's 1 degree
yeah.
of success.
okay, so that is just 1B, and then I get to add your will rank. What's your will rank? 4?
Yep.
Okay. Thank God. Gonna do skill. I pass with a 4. It's another degree. So
That's you only have to get one.
yeah, I only have to get 1.
So move, climb. So you're on the edge.
Move, climb. Yep. Got my tippy toes on the wall.
Okay, so that is the end of round 3. So we're at the beginning of round 4. I believe that would be Ox first. Or
It is
Ben.
Ox, yes.
Ben.
It's-
Ben.
It's Ben, then Ox, then Beardo.
Yeah, I think at this point I'm just gonna try and. I don't even think I can sprint. Can I? To the.
Well, you would be
that's-
sprinting up to 40. Well, that's a wall. You can't go through the wall. You're stuck outside.
No. Oh,
Just-
there's no gate there. Or I mean, there's a gate there still.
Yeah,
You
nobody's.
could just go to the ladies and make sure they're protected. I mean, I don't particularly care. Ben's
yeah,
not
I
useful
think
in this
that's what
fight
he's
right
just
now.
gonna do. Yeah, he's just gonna because he's already injured. He's just gonna sprint back to the ladies.
Ben's fingers are too stubby for the wall.
Anyway, Ox. You should delay, and I'll tell you why.
Why?
Delay till after Phelan, because if I give you, I will be giving you 2 bonus dice and a maximum of like +8 to the roll.
How's that?
Coordinate.
Does he need to be coordinated? I don't know.
I don't think I need to be coordinated, honestly. My rolls right now are 8d6, keep 5 minus 2. So do we really need to? I think here's, you tell me what you think. Option 1, plug Egbert with arrows. Option 2, see what we need to do to get the gate open so we get the Desert Foxers in and get this warfare scene wrapped up.
Could I spend a a destiny point here to add a scene, a minor scene to the detail or detail to the scene.
Yep.
Fuck.
What is
works.
it? Tell me what it is.
Actually I can't spend a destiny point because I'm not.
Oh, that's
he's not
true.
okay.
You definitely cannot. You're right.
Bum, 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 bum. So what do we need to
Miriam.
do to open up the gate, by the way?
You either need to open it from the inside, or you need to destroy it, which you have to do a certain amount of damage to it.
Fucking kill Egbert or just bring it down.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Let the desert foxes start knocking the door down.
That's fine with me. Go ahead.
All right. Well,
Charge
in
them.
that case, I'm actually just going to move and then attack. I want that. I want that dice. I want my degrees.
Okay.
Oh shit.
Boner.
4 degrees.
4 degrees. That's 36 damage.
God damn.
With shattering, right?
With shattering 2, yes, sir.
Shattering 2.
The bow. Told you you were gonna pay for this. Swinging the ball and chain down mightily upon his shoulder.
I like to think Ox has it looks like a stallion cock the handle, and it's just 2 big old dangly balls that he swings around.
It's almost a flail, but not quite.
Okay, he takes a win.
Print.
He got them off the back of an F-150.
Exactly.
Anyway, Phelan's just gonna plug him full of holes. Actually, can I shoot Lorne in the fucking face as he puts his face up on the wall?
Mhm.
How Game of Thrones. I'm coming, my lord. Flap.
Yep. Go for it. Lauren has a shield. Visible.
Does he get to use it? Ox didn't.
Ox didn't get to use it because he climbed the wall.
Yeah, but
You're right. He went up a ladder. You're right. I would say you're correct.
He gets his 1 round of no shield.
Don't worry, I'm gonna be
That's
arguing
Thomas
for
how
the
that went.
same shit against us, Ted. So
No, I think that's fine.
keep 4. What's his target without his shield?
10.
And is just 2 degrees.
What was that? 7 damage.
7 damage, 14, pierce 1.
So 11 damage is what he takes. Take it all.
Shoots him in the shoulder blade as he comes up. Beardo gives him the eyebrow raise, like blows him a kiss.
Alright, it's his turn, so 1, 2. Jump off the edge. He'll just take a wound to do that.
Get him, Ben. Get him.
Oh. Yeah, he sees
Next round.
sees this guy
Yep, it's
coming.
it would be Miriam and Melena's turn. They can move.
Miriam and Mylene squeal.
What are they gonna do? Because it's kind of important, right?
Get
Thank you.
behind rocks.
Yeah, they're
Over
getting
there.
Yeah.
Go
away
over there.
from Lorne.
Well, Lauren's about to get fucked up, so
Can I sprint away with Melina?
Yes. You can run.
she's technically not a part of the battle, so just treat her as attached to Miriam. So put Miriam right there. He cannot charge her like
Yeah,
that.
wherever
I suppose he could if he went this way as a charge, but Ben's supposed to be like literally right there. So
Yeah, that's the idea.
Okay.
anyway,
So this would be the 5th round. Go ahead, Ben.
yes, it is. Ben, Ox, Phelan.
And I can charge him.
Yeah,
If
sure
you
could.
want me to coordinate you, I can, but it'd probably be better if I just shot him and then you
It's
stabbed him.
yeah. You're with your stats. Shoot.
All right, I'm just gonna charge in, and
I would move and attack,
what do
not
I
charge.
need to roll?
You have a
All right,
wound.
move and attack. That's fine.
I think Mike said it
Alright,
was
so-
66 keep 4. I haven't really looked at your stats, but
He has a wound, so if he's on the ground, Ted, it's 66 keep 4.
20. So he'll just take another one. Speed this up.
It's got piercing.
Yep, that's fine. He took a wound.
He took a wound, so it's all damage. Ox, you go.
Alrighty. First thing he's gonna do for his first lesser action is hit Egbert. He rears back with the old ball and chain, intent on delivering another lethal blow.
Yep. He would have to take another. That would be.
And then that's however many 9 times the amount of degrees.
3.
And shattering 2 on top of that.
Yeah, you're knocking off his armor basically.
So on top of that, for my second lesser action will be a maneuver.
Look at you knocking him off the wall.
Yeah.
Knocking him off the wall is considered vicious, and you will kill him if you do more damage.
Well, I guess I'm just going to maneuver him so he has a minus 1d on all tests for 1 round. I'm going to just... do I roll my bonus dice on my fighting test for maneuver?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. Alright, so we're going to attempt to maneuver him.
Because you're not using your weapon to do that, technically, so... You're positioning yourself with footsteps and stuff like that. Trying to see what you do when you get commander's death.
That won't do it.
What is it versus?
His passive fighting, so I mean, I'm going to assume he has a fighting of at least 4, so that means I missed.
Actually, I think his is 3.
Well, then that's a hit.
Okay. So I don't want to drag this out any more than it has to. So there's nothing's in doubt. If that's okay with you guys.
No, that's fine with me. If their commander goes down with that, then they have to succeed on a demoralization test, or they become
they're
disorganized.
green peasants, right? So basically, what happens is Ox basically causes Egbert to step in a foothold, basically, crack in the wall, and he gets stuck. And outside, I'm guessing Ben just polishes off this guy outside.
I mean, I was gonna shoot him. So.
No, that's okay. You just shoot him down from in the back from above, and kill him. Once that happens, the peasants like freak out, throw up in the gate, and they're like, "Come in, come in! We're sorry, we didn't want to do this. They made us do it."
Yeah, Miriam, please direct. Phelan can't speak. He's like, he's pointing towards the wall and the weapons on the ground, and he's got like a bow pulled.
Sir Irwin steps forward, understanding what Phelan says, and throw down your arms and get down on your knees.
And they do.
Ox goes about the business of pulling a few arrows out of him and tying up a Egbert.
And he's just like cursing.
You'll answer for your crimes, you scum. Mm-hmm. Almost forgot.
All right, so what do you guys do with these people?
I would assume, let's identify who the peasants are. I'm going to assume they're from Skyreach that have been pressed into service, and let's question good old Egbert on why he's here and who he
You
works
want
for.
to cut the combat music so we know, because Rob doesn't. No, it wasn't here. He
No, I was here. I just couldn't talk. I had a mouthful right then.
Right, 10.
Who do you work for, Egbert?
Egbert's like, and he just kind of looks at you, and he's like, someone far scarier than you, I'd have to say. And he just kind of like sits there, and the peasants are, just freaking out.
Be at the mountain. Don't play coy. Mm-hmm.
Don't play coy, or I'm gonna hand you over to Beard Face over there, and he's not pleasant.
Egbert's like, of course, the mountain that rides, the Lord of Skyreach.
What have you done with the lady, Lady Jane?
He's like, I've done nothing with her. I can't imagine what the mountain's done with her by now.
Ox looks to Lady Miriam. My lady, should we go inside and have the men question the peasants while we see what has happened inside?
Phelan is going to be keeping a fucking massive watchful eye in the distance.
Yes, Ox, we need to find out what happens, but we should make haste, lest this one's master returns.
Gets all the horses in, closes the gate because I don't believe we had to bash it down. Brings in Ben, Mylene, and Ox, looks to...
Yeah, you bring him in.
Ben or whomever, and
yep.
Let's go inside and see what sort of slaughterhouse we find.
Yeah, you walk in, and in the courtyard, there's dead bodies everywhere of guards of House Fowler. And inside on the dais, you notice on the basically the second chair, the head of a beheaded man, basically stuck on. You know how chairs, like high back chairs, have like the points in the corners, like kind of crammed down on there. And then a younger one, also crammed down on the other side. Basically, an older teenager. 2 dead. You assume it would be Sir Raymond and their only son. They have 2 daughters. But there's no sign of Lady Jane or her daughters, obviously. Egbert's just kind of, are you taking him in there with you, or?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just kind of chuckling as he's been
being
walked in there.
Ox kind of roughly handles him, maybe presses on his shattered shoulder or something and goes, "Was this the Lord in the air?"
He's like, yes, those 2. They fought poorly, I would have to say.
Ox kind of cuffs him on the back of the head. "Quiet. Answer one only. Our specific questions." No, he just says, "Shut up." He's just going to totally contradict himself. "Shut up. Don't talk." "Why did you do this? What did you do with Lady Jane?" Hits him again. "Speak, damn you."
He's like, she was taken.
Look at me when I'm talking to you. Don't look at me like that.
Yeah. She was taken by the mountain, like I said.
"Where?"
He's like wherever the mountain goes, he's moving around constantly.
"Tell the lady where you were camped last."
And he gives you general directions, kind of similar to where they were before.
Okay. Lady Miriam, what do we do?
Gather what we can of use, and I suppose we take this, and she pulls the head of the older man off of the chair, as proof of what happened here, hands it to someone.
Is there like a hounds or the Clegane banner set
Yes.
somewhere?
Mm-hmm.
Phelan will take it down and
There's the proof she was looking for.
we'll get some sort of proof that this is what's befallen the Starfall. We'll take the heads of. Are they recognizable in any way, shape, or form?
I mean, you don't recognize them, but they're just severed, right? They're not bloody. I mean, if somebody knew these people, they could identify them. If that's what you.
Yeah. Well, then Phelan will stuff their head in alcohol for travel, for safekeeping, because it'll preserve it at least a little bit.
So basically, we have discovered that Skyreach has been sacked. Their forces, at least, how many can we ascertain are dead by the number of bodies? Like their entire
No.
guard?
It looks like the household guard.
Okay. And then Raymond Tyrell and his son are dead, and Jane and the two daughters are presumably kidnapped.
Correct.
Lady Miriam, what do we do with these peasants?
We need proof more than just what we say. This is out of
Here, Ox shakes him. Shut up. The peasants. Unfortunately, the heads. Phelan is doing something with.
Well, Miriam is not inclined to try and ride herd on all these peasants back to Redwater. And they didn't actually pick up arms against us. They sort of stood around rejecting that order, so she doesn't really think we ought to kill them. So I guess we turn them loose.
Oh, no, I was going to say, where did they come from? Where would the forces of House Fowler fall back to and rally?
Could we get some information out of them at least? Like,
You
is that
you
is
can
that
question
possible?
them.
What I'm asking, basically, I'm asking the peasants, like,
Okay.
where did they come from?
Yeah, so they tell you a
I don't
story.
know House Fowler, so where? Yeah.
Yeah. So
what happened? Where'd they come from?
Right. One of the leaders of the peasants steps forward and he's like, he basically explains that about a week ago, or a little longer, there were reports of bandits, and Lady Jane and Sir Raymond sent out 100 men to deal with them, and then one of those men came back alive saying that their host was slaughtered. And so then they sent out 4 times that many. And then some of those came back and they were badly defeated. And then she emptied basically the rest of the keep to go get those guys. And they never returned. Instead, what returned was what happened is they were gone, right? And then some civilians came looking for basically refuge, and inside the keep, they had smuggled in a wagon. In that wagon was Gregor Clegane. They just say this humongous man, and they slaughtered the household guards and captured the royal family.
So basically, Jane Fowler sent her army out in piecemeal to be destroyed.
What a fucking cunt.
Just.
Well, she's quite dead. Or worse off.
No, she's probably. He has a harem of women,
Yeah.
apparently. All right, so
How
sacked
wouldn't
by
you?
the mountain, yeah. Kill Fowler, army destroyed.
He
Piecemeal.
probably wears them out pretty fast.
Right. My lady, these peasants meant us no ill. It is currently safe here. Ox kind of turns to Egbert. When is the mountain coming back?
And Egbert's like, can't say he is. Don't think he is. He told us to hold it. He's like, if I were you, I would run.
We don't run from cowards who hide in wagons, and kind of shakes him. Shut up.
Like, you see this ball and chain? Well, the handle's going somewhere unpleasant.
Ox turns to Miriam. Gareth and your son and young Ulrich need to know of this.
Indeed. Yes,
Yeah.
we must get word of this back as soon
Can
as
we
possible.
can we get like a peasant leader to come with us to speak of on behalf, right? If we need to, like
Yep.
a representative of
Yeah, the guy that was that told you the story will go with you.
This is just merely for story purposes.
Yeah,
like
that's fine.
If it does come about, right?
Mhm.
So, but we can't leave the castle like this. So, Phelan is going to lock it up, shut the gate. As they leave, right? And he'll just clamber down off the side, and
Mhm.
they'll
Yeah, you
all
can.
leave.
Yeah, you can lock the gate. Yeah, there's the peasants are inside. They actually they'll do it, right? They stay inside and they're like, we'll stay here and keep the gate shut.
Yeah, I was going to say basically, the peasants, we don't want to bring them along. They're going to slow cavalry down. I think they're being truthful that they were press ganged into service. I see no reason to not believe that. I say we found our base of operation for when we assemble.
Damn right. Like,
Yeah, and Skyreach is a no shit castle, right?
Yeah,
I think we did just find our base of operation. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, we'll see how the next scenes go, but
So
yeah.
Phelan dictates to one of his commanders to basically give a message to the peasants, best as he can, right? Say, hold the castle, we'll return. If you do not, we'll kill every one of you. By the Queen, Ariane Martel.
Okay.
Something like that.
I mean, they're scared shitless anyway. They're whatever.
Question:
Okay.
Do we rendezvous with Gareth and the cavalry there since it's closer, or do we make for Dane?
Dane would probably be easier, honestly. Like, seriously.
Yeah, I mean, you're on the south side of the Redwater right now, right?
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And I
If we had a
assume
world map of Dorne, that would be easier, but I don't know if you have that.
I most certainly do.
Just to give an idea where, because I don't know if Jaminos and Rob know exactly where we are, but I'm pretty sure me and Walter Peck know exactly where we are.
Speaking
I
of which,
shall-
Melina's been. Go ahead.
I shall taunt you a second time.
Somebody write a letter for Gareth when he comes south.
But Melina was like pretty much in shock that entire time. This is not something that's her forte.
So Skyreach, we would have to go like all the way over here, right? It's almost easier to go to Starfall, in my opinion. But that's just me.
Well, I mean, so basically, Ulrich and Thomas have already made for Starfall, while you guys were stopping here, so they're over, this way somewhere.
I mean, Kingsgrave is closer. Starfall is safer. So basically, I mean, we're going to, one of two options are going to happen. We can kind of decide quickly to speed it up. Either we rendezvous with Gareth, we go north, rendezvous with Gareth, and then come back to Skyreach, or we rendezvous with Gareth, or we rendezvous with Gareth and go to Starfall, or we head straight to Starfall and leave a message for Gareth when he comes to Skyreach.
Honestly, it doesn't matter. Whatever you guys want to do, we'll decide in the next.
Go to
next
Kingsgrave.
section.
Kingsgrave is the thing, because Gareth is coming to Skyreach, so because they would all meet back up at Skyreach, right? Because it's middle way, right?
Yep.
So.
Yeah, you can have them all meet at Skyreach. You don't have to decide that now either.
Yeah, Skyreach is the rendezvous point anyway. With how the Houseman Woody failed in Starfall, if we secured Dane's help, they would have came to Skyreach first.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so let's get Gareth back.
Yep. That can just be decided because that won't happen in this session, right? That'll be next session.
Yeah. But that's the general rule of thumb. Anyway,
that's fine.
If you got anything else planned, let's do it.
I do. Do you guys want to keep going?
I'm gonna
good.
go. I'm gonna go feed the kid, and then I'll be back.
Okay.
What's the next scene?
Starfall,
Starfall. I mean, that's
and then we'll
Ulrich
be
and
done.
Thomas. That's Ulrich and
Mhm.
Thomas. So I mean, I'm just gonna be in an auxiliary role. So I'll be
Right.
back in a minute. I won't
That's fine.
slow you down here. So
Okay, cool.
go ahead. I'll be back.
Yep. Let me.
Thomas, are you ready for my brothers, man?
Hmm. Don't know how this is gonna go.
The Princess Pass, the Wide Way, it was called long ago, where an army could easily move north to south. Wars had been won and lost here as the major route into and out of Dorne. It was guarded by many castles of Dorne, the Reach, and the Stormlands. Although hilly in some places, the Wide Way was much flatter than the Bone Way to the east. The invasion of the Western Lands some 20 years ago saw thousands of Dornishmen travel Princess Pass on their way to enact revenge against the Lannisters for the deaths of Elia Martell and her children. Your small company of riders on their way to Starfall make their way south for a short time before looking to turn west again. And yet the sounds betray you that you are not alone. You hear this clip clop, clip clop, clip clop, and groans coming from north of you.
Is it just us? We don't have a.
You have your
an army.
cavalry unit. I just don't have it up here.
That's okay. Yeah. Yeah,
The
I
sand
guess.
dragons are with us.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, Aura just looks to Cassius and Thomas and just raises an eyebrow.
Thomas looks to Cassius and he's like, send out some scouts and find out what's going on over there. I don't want any surprises.
No, my lord, you should just let me handle it. This is a trip from under my own. So let me and Cassius take care of it. Keep your sand dragons close.
Well, out of character, he was just going to send one man.
Yeah,
Plus
you don't.
Cassius.
Just send me and Cassius. It's more easier that way. Plus, we have a lot better stats than your dudes.
That's fine. Then Thomas's order is kind of a good defensive formation while they travel, just to, in the unlikely event that it's something that we need to run from.
Okay. Rob, are you there?
Yep, I'm here.
Let's be about this, Cassius. I don't want to be caught out in the Princess Pass too long. You know as well as I do that brigands run these mountains.
Cass draws an arrow, knocks it, holds it in the bow in one hand, the reins in the other, nods at Ulrich, and kicks the spurs into the horse.
Yep. We'll go around the bend and see what's up.
Yep. And as you go around the bend, not what you might expect, maybe. On a Garen hunched over the horse that is moving a little too fast is a bloody and battered rider. And as his horse turns, he slips off the saddle and his foot gets caught in the reins. He kind of gets drugged for about 5 feet and then stops, and he's just like sitting there groaning ground.
Oh, I mean, Ulrich's gonna just hop off his horse and, go calm the other horse down and, get his leg unstuck.
And you do, and he's just kind of groaning and holding his side, which is bleeding profusely.
Cassius, you know anybody that can tend to this man?
Well, not me. Out of character.
Yeah, it looks like, his guts are hanging out halfway. Right? It's bad. He reaches up and kind of grabs your shoulder, and he's like, I'm dying.
What happened to you, man?
Like, we came from... I'm a member of the Night's Watch. Came from... and he just spits up blood. crazed people attacked. Searching for the mountain.
The Faith Militant?
And he shakes his head. And oh, some worse. We were in the old part of the reach near. And he coughs and he's like, Honey Holt, the honey wine. Strange demons from Gregor had to be. And Honeywine is very close to Old Town, right?
Yeah. What do you mean?
Never seen things move like that. They were like shadows almost.
Ulrich will offer him a water skin, something to clear his mouth or something.
Yeah, he
Right.
takes it, and as he drinks it, he just kind of like coughs it back up.
I won't leave you here. You know you're gonna die, right?
And nods slowly, and he's like, I'm Dornish, that's why I've tried to come back to die in my own lands. Where am I?
You're in the Princess Pass, not far from Starfall.
He nods, and he's like, this will do.
And Ulrich kind of stands up and he says, do you have anything to say?
He kind of
Any family?
like, I don't know, I've been gone a long time, my lord. Tried to serve Rolor as I was bid. Joined the Queen's Night's Watch. They cast
wish
me
to
out.
be- Ulrich kind of looks really somber at that, and he says, well, do you wish to be returned to the flame?
He looks at you suspiciously, and he's like, what do you know about the flame, my lord?
And yeah, Ulrich just kind of looks down at himself and looks up at the man on the ground, and he squats down and he pulls out like a medallion, right? And it's the hexagonal, like most red women or red priests have like a hexagonal shape, and it's a ruby. Doesn't say anything. He just lets it hang loose on his chest.
He kind of nods, and he's like, I think it's wise. I think it's time. I'm just gonna bleed out in the dirt. But my lord, don't go there. Tell people don't go there.
Do you have a message for Shireen? Would I know that Shireen's your queen?
Yeah,
What is?
yeah. It's common knowledge, especially for you.
Yeah, I mean, he looks down at the man. He's like, I won't let you bleed out. I'll give you a blade so you can fight. Attempts to.
He says, Lord, tell her if you can that. And he just kind of like, his eyes like go wide as he's
Yeah,
like, clutching it.
I'll cut his throat before he starts to die. Like just.
You just basically give him the gift of mercy.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of slumps back. Blood just gushing from his throat.
Cass looks somber but nods approvingly.
Something's up in Old Town, it seems. And Ulrich will cover this guy's eyes and stand up, tuck his ruby back into his ruby necklace back into his shirt, not say anything about it, and he just like looks down at the man. He says, Sir Thomas, if I may, have one of your men.
Out of character. I wasn't there for when that all happened, right?
Oh yeah, no, it's just me and Cassius. My bad. My bad. Cassius,
I
I need a horse. This man's going, well, should be burned.
Cass will go get a couple of the soldiers. I assume there's got to be a pack horse somewhere in all this.
Does this man have anything like
He's got his own
iconic
horse, right?
on him?
Oh yeah, he came with his
yeah.
own horse.
Yeah, Ulrich's gonna. Does he have a cloak like the Night's Watch cloak?
Yeah, they still all travel in black.
Okay, yeah. So Ulrich's gonna bind up his body with his cloak and like wrap it around him and toss him on his horse and take the reins of the horse and get on his own and lead it back. The man didn't have anything crazy on him, did he?
Mm-mm.
Like,
No, he just had he had no weapons on him, no nothing really. He was just his armor was like ring mail that was destroyed basically. He's just fucked up.
Yeah, and we'll just go to. Ulrich rides back after Cassius, right? He doesn't say much to you after that. He's just instead of asking for one of the men, he just asks if you could get his horse.
And what does Thomas do
When
as you
you-
return?
Yeah, he kind of cocks an inquisitive eyebrow. Well, what was going on?
A man with his guts spilt open. That's all, Lord Thomas. He came talking. He's a Night's Watchman, as you can see. He points to the horse and he says, said something about Old Town. He was looking for the mountain. I promised him he'd be returned to the flame. Any reverent man would want his end to be of his faith.
Thomas just nods and he's like, very well, put him at the back of the column. We're going to keep moving.
Yeah, and I know which direction Old Town's in, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's not. Yeah, it's north and west.
Yeah, Ulrich will just hop on his horse and like look off into the distance towards Old Town and look at the old man and maybe up the Princess Pass, like the winding road basically, or the valley, if you will, and towards where King's Landing would be in that direction, right? Obviously you can't see it, but
Stare into true queen. Right. So you, with a dead body in tow, head to Starfall. Some days later.
without it beginning to stink, I was just gonna have it be like a ceremonial thing where we
That's
get
fine.
some twigs or something and burn it.
Yep, you can just burn the body whenever you camp next or whatever.
The Night's Watch cloak, though, I'm gonna keep that.
Okay.
And that man said his name was Benny. I assume he said he was Benny.
Yeah, he can say it.
Cool.
All right. So, a few days later, you arrive at Starfall. Starfall was unlike Redwater Keep, not unlike Redwater Keep. It rested on an island in the middle of the Torrentine, where it spills into the summer sea. Ulrich had been raised here and lived here until a year ago. It was the first time returning since being allowed to squire for his uncle Sir Aaron. Nothing had changed as the party crossed the bridge from the east side of the river. The guard was alert as always, and Ulrich found no reason for concern. After the guards confirmed Ulrich's identity, he and the others were taken to a large courtyard where the horses were taken to the stables and the riders escorted to the barracks for food and rest. The captains of their party were immediately whisked inside the castle, large gates to protect the road to the keep. And inside Starfall, you're led to a great hall, as is typical for guests. Standing there are Ulrich's two elder brothers, the twins, Vorian and Davos. Both of these men... Yep, go ahead.
I was gonna say that Ulrich is in like his riding armor. He's pretty dusty. He's like got matted dirt in his hair and like maybe a bit of like dried blood or some like he looks disheveled.
Mhm.
He's not like anything probably like his brothers.
Yeah, so one of the brothers, both of his brothers don't particularly look like Ulrich at all. They are darker of skin, looking more like Thomas and Thomas's uncle Garrus, who is their father as well. And the only thing that really sets them apart is one has long hair that hangs past his shoulders, and one has shorter cropped hair that doesn't quite reach the nape of his neck. They've been alerted of your presence. They wear the finest clothes and look at you as you enter, kind of give each other a sidelong glance as Ulrich and the others arrive. The one with the long hair says, "Oh, look, it is our younger brother, Davos." And he's like, I see it is. And they sound identical. It's kind of bizarre. It's like an echo. "He has returned indeed. So soon. I thought we might never see that ugly mug again." Gives a faint smile.
Yeah, Ulrich just kind of looks down, and like looks at his dress and looks up at them. Just says, "Well, it is great to see you two as well."
And Vorian kind of chortles and says, "What brings you back to Starfall already? I'm sure Mother will be quite pleased to see you." Couldn't say why exactly.
This is a grave matter. I do believe Lord Thomas here should bring it up to you. But it is not my place to speak under my own lord's volition.
They look at Thomas and they're like, "Oh, cousin, you are Thomas Redmane? We have not met." And the long-haired man steps forward and offers his hand, and he's like, "I am Vorian Dane, the heir of House Dane."
Thomas kind of straightens up and clasps his arm, warrior style. It's like, "Sir Thomas Redmane."
"Cousin." And he steps back, and Davos does the same. "Davos Dane. Well, not the heir, second born. Only by minutes."
Sometimes the secondborn can have greater responsibilities than the firstborn. I understand.
And Davos nods, and he's like, "Well, and can be smarter, better looking, more athletic. I could name many things, Lord." And Vorian's just kind of like looking at it like he's an idiot. And
Yeah, Ulrich is like looking dejected. Like he just doesn't even look at these two.
Thomas kind of tries to catch his eyes. It's like, are these guys serious? But it's like, very well. I'm here to meet with your Lord Father.
No, Tom.
yeah,
you're
you
the
wouldn't
Lord
know
Mother.
that. Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah, that's fine. And they're like, "Oh, our mother. I'm sure she would be happy to receive you all. Well, you might need a bath first. I'll bring servants and they can bathe you
No,
and your
no,
men."
no. Vorian.
He's
You
like,
must speak to Mother now.
he's like, "Ulrich, you don't want to dirty the Great Hall. You already stink of the road. Take a bath. It can't be that important. Nothing you've said has been ever that important."
Yeah, Ulrich is
I'll
getting a
have you.
little.
Sorry.
Ulrich literally he's looking at the ground. He doesn't really say much, but his fist is like kind of curling up.
Yeah, Thomas kind of looks at him authoritatively, and he's just like, "Ulrich is a squire to House Redmane. While he's under my care, I would expect you to give him the same respect as you give me."
"Well, my lord Thomas, you also need a bath," Orion says, and he's like, "If Ulrich would like, we could start a very large fire in the hearth, and he can stare into it like he used to." Crazy, crazy, crazy Ulrich. I'll go get Mother while you bathe. Don't worry.
Yeah, Ulrich again, just
And
especially at that, he just kind of even gets quieter. And he let it slip to Cassio, so but that was only under duress. But
And Cassius keeps his own counsel on that.
oh boy.
you best do what they say.
Yeah, you can tell because Thomas has always been one who's rather brash, and he looks like he's going to say something, but Marcus kind of puts a hand on his shoulder and shakes his head. He's like, don't do that.
Cousin, if it's any offense, just don't take any here. My brothers are eccentric. Nothing at all like fighting men. But they are still Danes, and they are still the heirs before me.
And are you saying this in front of them or in?
No,
Oh,
that
after
was
Yeah.
that was that was.
Yeah,
that
I
was
understand.
after.
Yeah, it's just making sure.
I mean, the general attitude from Ulrich from his brothers is just meek and like quiet, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and Thomas, seeing Ulrich in action, doesn't understand it at all. And
Yeah,
he
both of
just
these
kinda looks
both
at
of these
Ulrich.
guys are. I wouldn't go so far as to say effeminate, but slight of build, taller. Very, very, very good looking dudes. You know,
They're talkers, and Thomas isn't a talker. That's the way how he looks at it.
Yeah, the striking difference here being that Ulrich looks like completely different than them, right? Obviously.
yeah, they look more Dornish, and he looks more Valyrian, right? So, anyway, you're taken to the baths and you're cleaned up, and about an hour later, you are taken upstairs to the Lord Solar. So there, you see a middle-aged woman dressed in a purple gown with stark white hair and purple eyes, very red lips. For her age, she's quite attractive. She wouldn't be considered attractive in any other means except she's near 50 years old. But for her age, she's attractive. When she sees Ulrich motion through the door, and her other sons are there too, she stands up and she's like, "I couldn't believe you're here. They just told me a few moments ago." And she rushes and embraces Ulrich with a hug.
Yeah, he'll return it. He's probably like a head and a half taller than
Oh yeah.
his mother.
And she looks up at you and she's like, "I didn't expect to see you, well, not for quite some time. So you
I know,
had been
Mother,
knighted."
I know.
She's like, "Have you been knighted? Where's your uncle?"
No, I haven't been knighted, Mother. Something of import has been brought to the attention. There's a great enemy to the kingdom.
And she looks at you gravely
So,
and
out of character, is she considered Thomas's aunt?
she would be your aunt,
Or-
yes.
Okay.
She is your aunt because your uncle, Garrus Redmane, was her father. Or, I'm sorry, was her husband. That's Ulrich
Okay.
Vorian and Davos's father. And she nods and she's like, "Introductions first. We don't want to be rude." And she looks at Thomas and she's like, I hear that this is my nephew." And you might have seen her a
Yes.
long time ago, a long time ago. When
Yes,
you're
I
a
believe
child.
you were at my brother's feast many, many years ago.
You might have
at
seen
his
her at
first
the
name
tournament,
day,
honestly.
Yeah.
If that was a
or
thing,
at
if
the
you went.
tournament. Yeah, yeah. He probably wasn't allowed to, or wasn't a knight when the tournament was going on, but he definitely was there. As a wide-eyed squire.
She says,
But,
yeah, go ahead.
no, go ahead.
No, she's like, I want to welcome you to Starfall. You look familiar. You look like your father in his youth. She gives you a small
Yes,
smile.
He's like, yeah, I've been told that I share my father's resemblance, though I don't quite have the blood of the Andals like he does.
She's like, yes, your father is a bit more paler, but I see the resemblance nonetheless. And then she looks at the other two and kind of just, she's like, and your friends?
Mother, this is Cassius, a military-minded man of House Redmane, and this is Marcus, Thomas's second.
And Vorian just kind of speaks up. He's like, Mother, why do I need to talk to every servant? And you know these men are of no great importance. Send them away and let's talk to our cousin and brother. And she just kind of, she's like, Vorian, be quiet now. Listen. Watch and listen and learn. And she's like, please excuse my son's tongue. It is rather sharp where it should be blunted. And she sits down at her large desk and waves for you to sit on the comfortable chairs in front of it.
Yeah, Thomas kind of nods and he's like, I actually would need my men here to give a more accurate description of the events that have unfolded. For my second, Marcus, was there during the investigation to what we are about to speak to you about.
Mother, if I may, speak out of turn.
Of course. You're not out of turn here. You're my son. Speak to me as your mother, not as the Lady of Starfall. She just shakes her head.
You remember the stories you told me of the mountain?
She says, I. Kind of gives you a confused kind of, where are you going with this type of look? You know?
I assume that you haven't had any word from Sunspear, have you?
Sunspear? Not in several months.
Sunspear, nor the Redwater, nor Kingsgrave, nor even Will.
Not as of recent, my son.
Well, and he looks over at Thomas, recently the Redmane's land has been attacked. And we have, without a shadow of a doubt, proof that it is the mountain that rides and his men.
And Vorian and Davos kind of guffaw, you know? And they're like, he still believes in fairy tales. And, you know, she's just... Yeah, go ahead.
Would Thomas have a letter stating from at least Lord Redmane that what they are saying is true and that it's...
I don't know. Did Sir Redmane write one?
I would assume that this whole journey would come with some regalness, in my opinion. Like, I mean, obviously a sealed letter should have been a part of it.
I don't know. Mike, what do you think?
As characters, they would do it.
Yeah, I'm back. Honestly, he probably, to be perfectly honest, wouldn't have wrote a letter. He would have used his son and Ulrich as his, voice. They all are well versed in what evidence they found, who's agreed to help, what he is looking after in terms of assistance. I'm sure he would inform his son to apologize. He couldn't be there in person, but he's, readying a host and speaking with the faith militant and et cetera, but he'll rendezvous with them should they choose to join it, Skyreach or...
I wasn't entirely sure what your intentions were as to what you wanted Thomas to say, so that's...
Yeah, Ilaria, she doesn't, like completely dismisses. She's like, "The mountain that rides. Tell me why you believe it is Gregor Clegane." And she like waves a hand at her other sons to keep quiet.
Mother, no other man in Westeros is 8 feet tall and spreads fear like a disease. Not only that, but we also have, well, first-hand accounts. We have several houses that have already pledged to help fight against this tyranny against Dorne. I wouldn't be bringing this to your attention if I didn't believe it true with all my heart.
She nods and she says, "Very well, Ulrich. Tell me more about this."
Can we all three just like take turns recounting the tale of like
Yep,
the
sure.
exact details of like
Mhm.
the how the attack? We got a representative.
Yeah, I
what's his
mean, you
face,
you can like just glaze over it if you don't want to.
I don't want to explicitly
Yeah,
say
that's
too
fine.
much, but everything that we've learned thus far, right?
Yeah,
I
that's
don't want to
fine.
be here for
Yep.
ever.
Yeah.
Got it. And so she takes it into consideration, kind of leans back and rubs her face, and she's like, "And so you're looking for House
That is
Dane
not
to
my.
add to your host. Is that correct, Thomas?"
And Thomas nods, and he's like, "Again, my Lord Father apologizes for not being able to appear himself, but we need all the help we can get in this fight against the mountain. His men are as wild as he is, and Starfall's soldiers are of no small repute themselves. We could use whatever you're willing to spare."
We come as a warning too. There has been, well, unfortunate happenstances with the mountain already. We came along a member of the Night's Watch, and Ulrich obviously will probably enunciate that fact of the Queen Shireen and the Crownlands.
Cassius can't help himself. He smiles. "There will be glory for all." And he kind of gives the brothers a look.
The Queen, she'll be giving her blessing more than likely. I assume the Lord Aaron has already sent word well enough. I don't tend to keep with his personages all that well, albeit I am his squire. I'm not a learned man.
And your mother sighs heavily, and she's like, "If the mountain truly rides once again, then House Dane will do their part to destroy him as they always have." She looks at you and she says, "I only ask one thing in return.
Anything, mother.
An audience with your uncle, Sir Aaron. Have his host come here to Starfall. We will use this as a staging ground against the mountain, if possible. If not, I would care to see him before my men enter battle under his command."
Would have
Oh,
Aaron had a particular say on where he wanted to stage the forces?
Not yet. Not
no,
technically yet.
that would have been part of the plan of action, right?
Yeah.
We wouldn't have known until it happened.
Yeah.
So, like this group does not know about Skyreach at all.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, we'll talk
Yeah.
about that after, right? And just
Basically, the rally point would have been Skyreach or Kingsgrave. Though I'm not gonna influence your guys' RP at all. But you do. I mean, if we're getting
I'm just trying to base it off of what Thomas would have known from what Aaron's intentions, because I mean Thomas is a military commander, so you know he would be privy to as much information as his father is willing to
Yeah.
let on.
Aaron would include him in it, and he would tell him to be frank with Illyria that he trusts her. He doesn't think there'd be any ulterior motivation. Thomas's combat experience or, intelligence of the battlefield would, like the clues have kind of suggested, would lead us to believe that he's going to exit the Red Mountain somewhere between Skyreach and King's Grave. And we're basically going to west and the east. So whatever you need to do to make it happen, make it happen.
Mother, there's more to that than just that. There's, do you know of Sir Adam Laxley?
And she thinks for a moment, and I do not. The name is familiar, but I couldn't say offhand.
His young daughter has been captured by the mountain and his men. And
she doesn't appear surprised. He does many horrible things. I fear for the child.
Well, in a roundabout way, I've sworn to get his daughter back to him in any means possible, be it bones or in health. So, again, any help that you can give, and I will see to it that Lord Aaron does this for me, if not only for you, and House Dane as well.
And she says, I will pledge my strength to yours. I only wish an audience with Sir Aaron. And she says, if he is not willing to come to Dane, then I will go to him. And Vorian and Davos are quiet. For some reason, they are not speaking.
Does she have a map like on her table or anything?
I mean, there's a map of Dorne and Solar, yeah.
Yeah, he would just kind of point on the map and say, this is where we believe the mountain's forces are most likely to come through. And he points to the two cities within question. I couldn't remember the second one.
That's fine.
And he's just like, ideally, it would be best to move our forces over here. It is not out of rudeness that my father does not want to come to here. It's just our best advantage will be pressed if we are over here.
Lord Thomas, if I may, again, speak out of turn.
He just nods.
Your father, it would be best if Mother stayed at Starfall. Your father could just ride this way. Are we not supposed to meet with them at House Fowler at Skyreach?
He takes a moment, thinks about it for quite a while, and he's like, I guess that I can coordinate the efforts while he's talking to my dear aunt.
I do not wish for my mother to be in harm's way, especially with the mountain about.
And she's Ulrich. She's like, I have been in harm's way for the last 20 years. I am stronger than you think I am. I'll have my personal guard with me. It might actually be interesting to leave Starfall. I think it would be almost best if I went to him. Vorian and Davos will keep Starfall safe while I'm gone.
My only suggestion is, my lady, do not let anybody in who you do not absolutely trust.
These are dangerous times, Mother. Please don't take more than you need with us if you wish to come back with us to speak with Lord Aaron.
Who will come with me will join your host. I will take my personal guard and some other men. I will need to consult my castellan.
And Or kind of goes quiet again.
Do not worry for me,
Thomas,
Ulrich.
Thomas just kind of finally, for the first time, kind of breaks his military facade and kind of a cocky grin crosses his face, and he's like, "My lady, you'll be with the Sand Dragons, the finest cavalry unit within all of Redmane, and far better than the Red Hawk units, I shall say. So you'll be well protected."
And she smiles and she says, "Good. And there should be no trouble." Ulrich, tell me, is there something bothering you? I know you fear for me, but it is unwarranted. If there is trouble, I will have the best protection of... I will have the protection of Starfall.
No, Mother. I would not let any harm befall you, especially if you followed after.
She's like, I would not come if it was not important. And I am the Lady of Starfall. I must see these things. I must know these things. I cannot let others tell me what is happening in the world. That is the way of failure.
Ulrich kind of smiles at this, and probably his brothers are quiet and scowling at him, so he kind of just ignores them.
Mm-hmm.
I got my way, fuck you.
In the means of intrigue, she's going to go up a notch in Thomas's book for not electing to cower behind her walls and actually wants to see what's going on. So the first level of positive.
Okay.
Amiable.
Mm-hmm.
Mother, if it's not all too much trouble, there is something bothering me.
Of course. What is it?
The man on the road, he was a Dornishman. He was also a part of the Night's Watch. Would it be too much to ask if I could borrow the forge?
The forge? For what?
To see him off.
Ah, of course. That is what you wish, she says, and it's kind of like awkwardly. But as we say, a man must go to his gods or God, however it suits them. I am not a religious lady myself, but I can not hold it against those who are.
And the snickering continues from the peanut crowd in the back.
Yeah, they're basically just rolling their eyes, sitting there.
What of you, Vorian?
What of me?
You should learn of military matters. You'll be Lord of Starfall at some point. This might be a great experience for you.
Don't worry about my education, broken face. It is well in the hands of Mother and her captains. I am well prepared for that day. Worry about your sword and being a 20-year-old squire. And him and Davis kind of both chuckle at that.
Yeah. Ulrich just kind of looks, again, defeated instantly. It's like, yes, there have been many hindrances to my knighthood, unfortunately.
And Davos says, well, at least Mother set you up with her uncle so he could take pity on you and finally knight you. Or maybe you should find a hedge knight to go squire for. I'm sure that he could make you a knight. Or maybe, and she's like, enough, you two. I won't have this bickering. She's like, Ulrich, I want you and your friends to stay here for the night, and we will leave tomorrow at first light.
On the dawn.
She nods and she's like, you and your friends come sup with me. Vorian and Davos will be supping elsewhere. And they just kind of shrug.
I'm gonna kill both of them. What?
Not gonna lie, Thomas was about ready to shut their asses down. I mean,
yeah,
if I
but
gotten a word in edgewise.
But but we're supposed to be licking booty hole right here, so we're licking booty hole.
If Aaron could do
All
it,
She's bringing the party to you, big fella.
it's Dorn. Diana and Miriam sit there.
I mean, if Miriam joined in, then it's not bad, right? Like,
Negative and negative is positive. It's math. Science hashtag.
All right. So you spend the rest of the afternoon, and if you have anything else to role play, this is the time, or we're going to be done.
oh, I think Ulrich actually, as soon as he gets out of the hall, he like takes off the like stupid finery that he brought with him, and is in this like small shirt and the obvious shorts, and takes the man's body into the castle forge and opens it up and starts preparing to send him off. If anybody wants to talk to him while he's getting ready to do that.
Cass will actually help you.
Sir Cassius, you need not help. I don't suppose you're too kindly to these proceedings. He says as like, he's like carrying the body on his shoulder.
And Cass just kind of quietly grabs the guy's feet, tags along, doesn't really have much to say. Is sort of curious and sort
What
of
did I
just
miss in
wants to help.
Who did you find?
Dead body. Okay, so a dead body of a Night's Watchman on the Princess Pass.
He wasn't dead while we talked to
All
him.
right, yeah, I'm sorry. He died. He died after talking to them, and he basically said that they were following reports of Gregor near Honeyholt and Old Town, and they were attacked by Gregor's demons, is what he called them. And
Shadows that walk.
Yeah, shadows that walk, and he fled. He was Dornish, so he was trying to come home to die because his guts were spilled out. He was eviscerated.
All right.
Got to tie in those other
Yeah. When he's getting ready, he'll take some like coal and lay it down, and some like bits of wood, and he doesn't cover him in his Night's Watch cloak, but he takes like the emblem, the little thing that holds the cloak together, and he puts it on his chest. And if he had like a religious symbol, I don't know if this guy was particularly religious.
He might
lays
have, but
it
he
there
didn't have
too.
much with him.
Just
Yeah,
a ruby.
Oh,
he
When we get to the
actually,
actual
yeah, he didn't.
religious
He did.
part of
He
the
did
whole
not
thing-
have a ruby with him.
Oh, that was his fault.
When we get to the actual religious part of the whole thing, Cass kind of steps back out of the way and just observes.
Yeah, Ulrich just lays him flat and doesn't say anything, but his eyes close, and he looks to the man and makes sure his eyes is closed, and he begins to like slowly stoke the like a small flame, and he holds it in his hand like the little spark. He makes the embers come and some like kindling, and he'll blow on it gently and lay it next to the man on one corner and do the same 4 times, and the flames are starting to not get near the man, but like start to envelop. And he says the following: "Now your watch is ended. Don't worry, I'll carry your message to your queen when I get the chance. Benny. The night is dark and full of terrors, but I will be a light." And he just blows on or he starts using the bellows of the forge to burn the man's body, like blow
Yep.
flame and.
So the last scene is Ulrich kind of watching the body.
Mhm, he doesn't
burn.
leave. He just watches the body burn in silence.
Look through the flames. That's it.